Third week up and on the cards here in the EGFC Season 5, and only the third week of Counter-Strike. Everybody else in their fourth week, but we're cool. Our game just came out, so we got to delay things by just a little bit. Speaking of delaying things, apologies for the broadcast delay. The new broadcast starting time for every single week from here on out for the semester is 8:45, as our two West Coast teams, Utah Valley and Hawaii, will all be playing alternating off-stream games in our late slot of 10:30. By the way, I'm timed late. That right there is Slayer for our first matchup of Montana State taking on Marquette University.
Yep, two teams who we're still going through the runs of these collegiate squads not seeing each other just yet. The double, everyone trying to get their games in versus each other. It's still kind of just the wild, wild west out here, I guess, no pun intended, since we got Montana State University out here as one of the teams we'll be looking at today. But seems was really trying to feel out their opponents so far this season. It feels like everybody has taken a game off everybody right now, TTL.
Yeah, and everybody looking good overall. Obviously, we're going to have some outliers. Utah Valley and Hawaii are the two left undefeated teams. But, I mean, I gotta say, I'm really proud of how Utah Valley's coming into things, because they weren't originally supposed to be a starting team in this season. They came in a week late and got the benefit of us not starting immediately, and they've come out with a bang. They haven't played on stream yet. That will wait till next week, as far as I'm aware. But as soon as they do, we may very well end up seeing them run away with their season.
Inferno as the background. I love that photo. It's a callback. Callbacks to the old games, how the maps used to look. Obviously, a bit more refurbished, but both these maps I feel are kind of polar opposites on how they feel currently. And we talked a lot of detail about how it kind of feels with MR12 and just CS2 that the T sides are a lot stronger across maps.
Yeah, and you're seeing that more often, especially in maps that even were originally CT-sided. I gotta say, I am really happy that things are a little bit more evened out / favored a little bit towards that CT side. We'll see, of course, how things really flourish as soon as games are more even, as soon as those games continue. Obviously, not going to be a consistent factor of everybody going to stay 100% on that T side. Speaking of the T side, this is Marquette's map selection, so they will be starting on it. Montana State start over on that CT half to kick things away.
Looking to get their foot, start with the right foot forward here. A statistic you're going to hear, I feel like you're going to hear every single EGF broadcast, especially if I'm on it, and just most CS2 broadcasts you're watching is MR12, just how important the pistol round and the succeeding rounds after really, really matter. The team we watched last week, RIT, they really got burned because they lost a ton of those after winning pistol rounds out here. Marquette are already right onto that B site, and they've got it down with two big headshots.
I'm playing as well. Really good opening for Marquette to kick things away, and it seems like they will have that clear and obvious advantage to close out this round. One kill found already by actually bad. At least sets something in motion to try and retake. The issue is you're having to deal with a flank you can see on that middle side of your map coming through. Keep an eye out for AKEK as they just walk in looking for the knife, but no, they're caught out the pistol. The knife would have been a changing factor in that second round, but it ends up not determining the round. CJax will still find 3 on it, and Marquette will win that pistol.
CJax grabs 3. They grab a bomb plant. They are basically cruising as best as possible to start off a T-side round. I mean, hey, sometimes a strategy book, it can't, you played in your matchmaking, just rush B. It works sometimes at this level. And if you're going to hit those running Glock shots like they're so well equipped to, especially against those USPs, why not go towards that? Now, Montana State, something interesting is, in CSGO, this I feel like was always a force buy, double save sort of scenario, but maybe it's MR12 affecting it a bit more and more of these CTs want to just immediately save to try and get some sort of goodbye on round number 3, because it is bare bones. With that, Marquette are just going right back to the well of bursting onto this B bomb site and knocking anybody out that is around.
I mean, I can't really say I blame them for trying the same rush. No one's home. No one's available to really shut it down. You can see it's really just pistols for the Montana State side. This should be another fairly clean one for Marquette, all things considered, and they should lose significantly less, barring any miracles from the dualies, which, surprisingly enough, kind of suck nowadays. They used to be insanely good in the later stages of CSGO, and now, I gotta say, at least in my pistol rounds, I can't play with the dualies like I used to be. And we all know that casters are the greatest litmus test for the skill of a weapon, because we suck at the game.
Exactly. That's the best point to make there. Is I also feel kind of similarly. I mean, maybe this is a hot take. I don't think the Deagle feels the same as I used
I
to.
like it now.
I used to use it. Okay. I took me a while to even get decent with the Deagle, and then I did at the end of CS:GO, and now I suck with it on CS2. Does that mean it sucks as a weapon? No, that just means that I'm terrible. That we're gonna go with that one. But I'm glad you're enjoying it at least.
Okay, I'm gonna casually do something because I'm gonna leak. I am the observer for this. I need to run a command. So you see how everybody doesn't have their nameplates? I was just given the command I need to run. I'm gonna do it after this round. So when you see the command prompt show up on the screen, just pretend it's not. But as Marquette walk in, they're gonna try and command their way to yet another round victory. Greatest transition in the history of broadcasting. And it seems like they're going to find one, barring any miracles from Kova, the spray through. You have the benefit of not having your tracers go through a smoke with a suppressed M4, but still not gonna keep you alive.
Yeah, this is a rough round. Marquette aren't really doing anything that fancy right now, and they're being able to just win duels constantly. The last A1 is going to get knocked down there. That was actually notably DK's Nova he bought there, but Audience is going to take down actual bad. So It's another round where Marquette kind of just cruise, and they also keep 3 up, more than 3 up once more, as we get the observer POV right here in a second.
You ready? Everybody close your eyes. I'm going to show you a magic trick. Bang, now you can see everybody's nameplate. Nobody saw the command.
Whoa!
Yeah. Shout out Chespuff, who is an observer I've worked with a couple times over the history of working Counter-Strike events, who casually helped me in the Lexigrind Discord. I was trying to figure out what the command was. Could not find it in any forum, anywhere. And it works. We're good. Shout out Chespuff.
Shout out indeed. And now we get to this 4th round where Montana State are just still trying to force by their way into a winning round. And it's Marquette that's going right back to this well of just working up B. Good utility execution. They've already dropped a nade onto Kolva's head, swinging him towards Cubby. Do they clear him, though? They have their backs turned, and oh, it doesn't end up costing them. A Keck knocks him down. They also find notably DK. It's another round. They're just routing the B bomb site, TPL.
Oh, and they are just taking over everywhere just the same. Missed opportunity there. Should at least shut down one, but a re-swing from CJax. He gets shut down just the same. This now becomes a somewhat reasonable round. Alter misses the op shot, misses the shots from the P250, but will still end up walking away with his life. It should be the round. I don't see actually bad actually going for this. Oh, they will, and they'll die.
It's another round. We've had all 4 rounds. This one got the most dicey, but 4 rounds in a row where 3 bodies for Marquette stacked up, stayed alive here. You can kind of tell there's kind of a resounding theme. I don't know if you can tell TTL money-wise who the 3 that usually stay up every round are, but they're really sitting on some funding now with this 4-0 lead.
The problem is for Montana State, they really haven't cut down the number of players alive for Marquette in the later stages of these rounds. You can see it more often in the last couple, especially including the pistol, really, where it is just Marquette winning rounds with 3, 4, I think there were 5 players alive one time. And yeah, if you're losing rounds, it's not great, but if you're doing some economic damage, then it makes it more negligible for you to come back later on. We aren't seeing any economic damage done. You said it, there are 2 players with 8,000 or above. Audine's is at 5,000. The remaining 2 players are at, well, 15 and 1,900 respectively, but it really doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything at the end of the day. Will Fainted hit an op shot? They will, just on a leg through the smoke, and Alter in the meantime has actually taken out their assistance. When a nade lands as well, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, now Fainted is all alone. He also gets his reinforcements cut off by CJax. So he's just playing the weirdest op angle an opera can play, and of course he turns his back right as Audine's. Stewie TKs his way through that hall smoke. 4 up for Marquette, 5 on the board, and man, are they just routing their map down.
You can see why they picked it, which is hilarious, by the way, because we have a captain's channel in the EGF Discord. Some background into how things work, if anybody's curious. We have a captain's channel in the Discord. This is where teams do their bans. They don't do it through a map ban thing. We don't do it anywhere else. We have the bans. And everybody's asking, oh, how the bans work. And I said each team bans twice, because each team bans twice. Glader, for Marquette, thought that they banned twice in a row. So he wanted to ban his first and second map. He said Overpass and Ancient. But I was like, no, you just banned once. So he bans Overpass. And then he goes and bans Mirage, and we're playing Ancient first. And you guessed it, Marquette picked it. I don't know why. I don't know what that decision was, especially after they decided they were going to ban it originally, but okay, go for it, I guess.
go for it and look unstoppable on it so far. They're just finding every shot right now. The only reason Aldean's just died was he tried to jump swing somebody pushing him B stairs. Picks that one up. Gator, the aforementioned, is going to pop up there. Glader and gets just a nutso headshot. And this is just a rout.
Did Montana State forget to turn their monitors on?
I call him here.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a problem for Montana State. I mean, naturally, they're winning 6-0. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Time to light with the most amazing and insightful knowledge in the history of collegiate Counter-Strike. Yeah, they're not doing great. But, I mean, you gotta say, they're having many problems. They're having problems setting up utility, they're having problems finding multi-frags, and they're, finding a couple trades. For instance, Aldean's was jumping around because they had previously hit a shot a few seconds later. They were trying to re-aggress on the second player. That's the only reason they were jumping. Which, is somewhat understandable. And if this shot hits through the wall, please no-scope him. Just to be poetic. Yeah, of course. Because you no-scope him through a wall without having any prior knowledge. And ironically enough, it was a team assist because they were trying to spray back into teammates. This is a game of all time, and oh my goodness, Clay. Okay, bro. Okay.
TTL, is this just like what happened to us? I know we barely started cast together, but we're now like 3 games in, and that Mirage game we had from you in Hawaii got wacky. We're ever gonna XM win a long-range duel with a scout? Please kill him.
Yep.
Oh my.
If Notably loses this, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, there we go. One shot was required. You hit it.
You get shot from the side. You checked it. So they're up 7-0, and they option to buy an op. They're double opping, they're team killing, and they bought an XM, which won a duel against the scout. There is no logical conclusions I can make about this game anymore.
So that whole logic thing that you want to bring up, just take whatever window is closest to you, if you have one, which I'm presuming you do, and just just throw it out. Get rid of it. Logic is out the window or through the wall or anywhere else. We're also seeing shotguns, plural, 3 of them. There's a sawed-off for Keck. This is the first sawed-off I am seeing in Counter-Strike 2. I have not seen a sawed-off played in my ranked games. I've not seen it played in collegiate games elsewhere. This is the only shotgun I have seen thus far in Counter-Strike 2. And, in the process, we just saw Montana State give up the B site because the Mag 7 didn't want to try and hold the site.
It's unfathomable. And okay, there's one of the shotguns down. The XM did nothing. The sawed-off! Hello! Perfect KD ratio. He might get a second here. Oh, okay. Come on. One more. It took 4 shots.
He's smoking it.
And now there's a ninja?
Nah, but he has no kit. He's so dead. Yeah. Nade, spray, yeah. Valiant effort. Unsuccessful. And even with the extended bomb radius, there wasn't enough time between that. If you had a kit, that may have worked, but you have to wait. The one thing I do like to see, I actually saw this in the IEM Sydney game. FaZe had a ninja defuse, taking advantage of the larger bomb radius. Because everybody's trying to sprint away from the bomb as it's going to explode. And if you only need 5 seconds and people need, like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 seconds to run away from the bomb, you have a higher likelihood of ninjing if somebody's run away from it.
Yep. I mean, people were definitely talking about how that was going to happen. That's cool to see that it happened on that stage. I did not watch that part of the final. Or I did and I forgot it.
I think it was in the quarterfinals.
Okay, I was gonna say, if it was the final, I was a sleep-deprived zombie by the time we got to map 3.
I watched map 1 only, and I'm really upset I went to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, it was something else, just like Alter's op shots. Just gonna casually claim another one here. We still have the shotguns kicking around, but it finally gets draw fainted, only got 1. And will we finally see a B hold here? Johnny Boy and Pulva are here, and I spoke too soon.
That is what we call unfortunate. However, a second now found for Kulva. This becomes a reasonable round. M4 in hand, and you're going up against double ops, but both of them are looking your general direction. Not great when you try and swing that one. Unfortunate to say the very least. Also, Alter also has a fairly cool sticker on that. What team is that? I was not in Counter-Strike when that team was a thing.
I thought I saw...
A little M. It looked like an M.
I thought it was like an E-League sticker at first, and...
I'm really tempted to just click on his profile right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go to face it. Give me a second.
I'm really glad he's just showing off his default knife the moment he knows we're talking about his op skin.
Honestly, how rude.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. I mean, his teammate Audines is in some nasty flicks too. And Kek is just sprinting with a sawed-off. He loses to the exit, which is notably the better shotgun right now in CS2. Can't believe this is a point of discussion, but one shotgun ends up winning. CJax knows exactly, though, what Kova is trying to do here, or Johnny Boy, which is notably DK, that's all the way up there.
Yep.
So, doesn't let him through, but, I mean, Montana State, they just want to get on the board, man.
Can't really blame him. Tech 9 out. Audines, that is a good pistol still. XM, even better, and wins the fight against Glader. Glader must have just not had armor, because that had to be aim punch. There's no way he misses those shots, right? I've never seen him miss those. Notably, DK on a flank may find a timing. Alter look in the wrong direction. Does he turn around? Does he turn around? No.
Nope.
He did.
Very dead. And now look at this. Fane is going to hold down the A site as well. If only Audines knew that Johnny Boy and Fainted have combined 17 HP. But he doesn't. He may have a little bit of an indication. He's got 40 seconds on the clock. The bomb is down on the A side. He's hoping somebody's going to dry swing him, and Johnny Boy's about to reward him. Teetering on this to give him one opening pick here. I mean, he's got to go for this 1 versus 3 to keep the undefeated streak alive, I guess.
How does the Tech 9 miss that many shots? I just said it was the good pistol. What? Did I just Caster's Curse a weapon?
Yep.
Guess so.
It's the world we live in.
Yep.
Okay, now I can see the sticker. I don't know.
I found it. It's Clan Mystic. Katowice 2014. Hollow. Clan Mystic. It is so rare there are 0 listed in the community market. I have a Google Chrome attachment. I'm going to go find how much it costs.
I mean, it's no Titan Hollow, but I mean,
it's still a 2014 Kato Hollow.
Yeah. I mean, that already off the bat gets you some serious pull. As notably DK's XM. He's got some serious
$8,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, okay. Jesus. Just on a casual little op red line is $8,000 slapped on the side of it.
Yep. The op, if anybody's curious, itself is currently worth, at least according to this website, $12,000. But I don't think that's true.
I thought the rule was that the gun as a whole with the sticker is worth half the sticker price is added on for the gun skin or something. Oh,
it's a notable amount of money on a singular op, though. It's just the conversation point we're trying to highlight. So if anybody's curious, it's a good sticker and it looks very pretty. All Kato 14 hollows do. So there's your fun tidbit for anybody who does indeed like the Counter-Strike skin market or not. We'll move on with the conversation. Montana State picking up their first round and now looking dead on to try and find a second. Anybody, what was that flash? Did you see that?
Yeah, I think he was hoping it dropped right under the door before it popped, but no way.
No. 1 kill found back. Aggression again over towards this B side, though. We've seen this before. Notably, should be cleared here and is absolutely dusted. Kova only has a P250 as well. But there should be a dead player around this B side. They may be able to pick up an extra gun. That or just play the flank with the P250 as required.
And the wall.
They've got a possibility.
Well, he's losing all of his teammates while he sits here.
What?
And okay, so he doesn't go for the gun. He's now just gonna walk right out of cave. He has a kit. He doesn't have any smokes.
He's not clearing the corner. He didn't clear the corner.
Oh, okay, and he immediately gave himself away with audio cues. That was, I mean, out of all the decision making you could do right there, gotta be the most questionable right there.
I mean, you gotta at least clear more and or wait longer. Just sit on the bomb. Your goal is to be as invisible from off angles as you can be. So if somebody, I don't know, errantly looks back from said corner you didn't clear, back towards cave, they are not predicting that cave would be occupied. They're predicting something else, and they were incorrect in their presumption. But it is what it is. Marquette, when they're 10th and they are storming along, they are not stopping. Let's put it that way. It doesn't seem like they're going to. Nobody has a shot at it. What is this lineup? Hold on, I'm following this. I forget what the follow button is. I think it's Alt. Let's see. Throw it, Audines. Throw it. Throw it. They're throwing at 130. It's okay. 2, 1, throw. That's not
so.
Is that the button? I don't know what the button is. It went to donut.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think a donut and CT smoke dropping down. Nade close, but Actual Bad's playing all the way
What?
back on the box, and he finds not one, lines up a second through the smoke here. Nearly has a third if he keeps tapping. Oh my.
You want to know how much damage he just did? 300. He did like 380 because he dinked Alter through the smoke. He did 380 through the smoke, if not like 360, and then finished off the remaining 40 to 50 on the other side of it. What a round to close out the half for Montana State. Just have one player spray through the smoke and hit 350 damage worth of players.
And pick up a casual 4K. My God. Okay. So, I mean, he got as many kills in one round as three of his teammates currently have in the game. And notably, DK doesn't even have that many kills. If that doesn't tell you how Montana State's day has gone on Ancient, not much else will.
Me too, bro. Not going great. I was doing great in CS2. I played my first 3 games. I had 330 bombs. I haven't won a game since. It's not doing well. Apparently, neither is the defense of Marquette. That shot, those 2 shots look like they haven't played this game yet, and oh my goodness, Actually Bad wasn't expecting somebody to walk through, he still wins the fight. Actually Bad goes on to a 3K because of it. Really fine 4, you better believe he will. He should go buy a lottery ticket with how well his Glock and the USP he retrieved just worked. And Montana State, a very much needed pistol round victory. What an opening to the second half.
So this guy has 8 kills in 2 rounds.
That means he was 5 and 11 to start off the first 11 rounds of the game.
Yeah, I mean, with the rest of his team's scorelines, that makes sense. 8 kills in 2 rounds. Is something juiced about the T side? Because Montana State just did. That was virtually the same thing Marquette did. They literally just ran up ramp with B and killed everybody. And now they're going to do the same thing that Marquette did the round. Oh no, they actually went B. But I mean, they're just going right back to running out halls here. They know that Marquette's broke, so he's going to run them over. Yeah, here you go.
CJack's very much a dead man. Not a whole lot you can do there with the P2000. It is a terrible weapon, even in CS2. And this round should be just about over. You have MAC-10s, plural, 3 of them. An MP7, because it's CS2. And an AK on Actually Bad, who has found 8 kills in the previous, well, 2 rounds, not including this one. I believe he also has a kill here, and will make it a second, because why not? Find 10 kills in 3 rounds. The 11th will be stolen, but it really doesn't matter. Montana State will win 4, and now 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Got a lot of money in the bank as well. I mean, if you want to make some sort of push, you just got to do exactly what happened to you on the CT side. Montana State, they didn't have a like a solid rifle buy TTL until they were down like 8-0 or 6-0 because they were just you now have to like kind of like half buy this 3rd round with MR12, and then if you don't win that but you get some kills, you saw them bringing out scouts, they had the shotguns. You just got to put Marquette on that same back foot, but it looks like Marquette is going to be a lot better at holding the B bomb site.
Especially with full rifles on the board. Nice extra shot from CJax to clean things up, and you blink and you miss it. 25 seconds have gone, about 20 by the time those 5 players lobby have died, including Aldean's, by the way. And Cole was left in a 1 versus 4. It has been a spiral out of control with the lesser weaponry, and from distance, yeah, Alter will win that fight as well, make it a 3K for the rifler of Marquette, and an 11th round for them on the board. On the bright side, at least for Montana State, Marquette just hit Zonix Law. The problem is it's no longer MR15, so it doesn't track just as much.
Yeah, what was the new Zonix Law? It's supposed to be 9-3.
9-3. It's like the Valorant 9-3 curse thing that
Yeah.
we've been talking about. But I don't know how it relates to CS, because CS is still keeping their $1,400 loss bonus as the minimum, which I hate. I think it should be $1,900 as the minimum now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's screwing, especially CT sides over so bad. We saw that a lot from Montana State last half. Marquette, I mean, that was the biggest round to keep 4 up, and now, oh my God, Audean's is... Actually, I thought Alter had one of those. He's just spraying. There's so many bodies down there, but he's not getting any of these kills just yet.
Still alive. Made lands, but not for as much damage as they were looking for, and he finds another. Make it 3 in a 2nd round in a row, and he's going to swing back through as Feint is looking the wrong way. He would have had the kill if he looked back in that direction, but it's Audean's to steal it away. Regardless, Alter does an insane amount of damage, finds 3 kills in back-to-back rounds, a la Actually Bad.
It's so just looking over at Montana State's KDs. It's like 5 and 12, 6 and 14, 5 and 12. Actually bad. 16 and 13. And yeah, he's what? That's 700 damage points above anybody else on his team right
Yep.
now, which is the new MVP stat in
Um,
CS2.
Actually, it's 708.
Oh my bad.
Push this up glasses.
I'll recalculate.
Okay, they've
got another
decided to. Wait, the XM did 0 damage. AKEK had an XM from point blank range and missed every shot. I think he was flashed, so maybe, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, you actually have to be far away for the X to do damage in CS2.
It's the new op. No, it's the new auto sniper.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, wait, I actually think it is. Every time I see somebody bring the XM, I am immediately inclined to bring the XM myself. I feel like it's actually the new auto sniper.
You actually end up flaming them for bringing the XM. Well, Marquette do a lot better holding sites for just pretty simple runs, and this one looked over from midway through the first half, and it's not 13-0, but commanding, dominant win.
And you can see really the only time that Montana State was sticking around was the outlier round in the first half and the last round of the first half into the first 2 of the second. Now, a lot of the conversations are if they have lesser weaponry, maybe they have a higher chance of bringing things back. Pistol rounds are a little bit more important nowadays than they used to be. But honestly, it's just a contentious game for Montana State where they had difficulties getting a foothold. They couldn't find opening kills. They couldn't really use utility to set themselves up, except for the time they just got onto the A site and still lost 4 players immediately after finding the opening kill. And we saw the only round of a rifle round that they picked up, barring the first of that first half, was the last round where we saw 4 kills from Actually Bad and 353 damage. I did the math through the smoke. He finds 2 kills, a dink, and more body shots, and ends up finishing both of those last 2 kills off with shots outside the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, it was just another wacky game.
Yeah.
I'm scared now because me and Time to Light have now casted back to back. It's been a week between 2 of the games, but the last 2 games we've casted are now just the wackiest things ever. I don't know how it's going to get worse for Montana State. I mean, just hope that you are more comfortable on your map pick of Inferno and you can, set yourself up well on the T side like Marquette did on their map.
Well, you said it, Inferno's on the cards. It is the selection of Montana State. Maybe that's their saving grace. Maybe it is just a Marquette Golden Eagle roll or fly over top of these Bodpats in our first best of 2. Our second map and the last of this series is up when we return. Marquette's mascot may very well be the Golden Eagles, but as their former team captain used to say, well, they've just come out, like the baseball team, which he used to play on, swinging. 13-4 on map 1 of Ancient. Their own map selection, to be entirely fair to them, but it was a very good showing from the Marquette Golden Eagles to kick things away. I'm Time to Light. Still joining alongside me here is Slayer for our second map. And Inferno on the cards, Montana State selection, so there's a saving grace.
My piece de resistance when it comes to map pool. Still my favorite map. Inferno. Still in a wacky place like most maps are on CS2. If you thought the shotgun rages of Ancient were over with Inferno, it's actually viable as a strategy for the XM, so expect to see that come back. And there's a lot of unique ways to smoke stuff like Deep Banana as a CT from Moto. Curious to see if one of these 2 teams decide to utilize that, but Inferno, still just a staple of CS map picks. I'm curious to see just how much more T-side lenient this map has become, like we kind of talked about in the pre-show.
Yeah, and brief reminder, this is Montana State's selection. As I press a button, sides have switched. Marquette will start off on the CT side. I was like, wait a second, why is Montana State starting off on the CT half? And then I realized, oh wait, they're not. They are also very graciously calling timeouts for us to make sure we can get our pre-show in and we could, situate ourselves between the games. Shout out the teams. They were just getting themselves in and ready to go. But I have to say, Marquette have a clear and obvious advantage here. There's no beating around the bush. They just won a game 13-4 on Ancient, which is no longer a brand new map that nobody knows and is a genius pick in a best of two, because teams should be aware of how to play it. Montana State seemed to be somewhat aware. They just honestly were losing a lot of gunfights.
Yeah, they were getting rolled over. There wasn't any real big time unique strategies on that map. It was mostly just your standard B ramp contact hits with a caves player, or they were rushing halls. There wasn't a ton of really crazy mid work, and by the time the game got out of hand, people were just kind of running mid like it was a TDM, and they were just going there to fight. So hopefully we'll see some more ingenuity and some strategy on a map like Inferno. We'll have a closer map, because Inferno is one of those maps where you can throw a lot of fakes and hold rotators, and it's an awesome map to watch kind of the chess pieces play of Counter-Strike.
Oh, barring any more timeouts, I think that is the last of the three. Shout out the teams Marquette and Montana State coming into this, making sure we can get our thoughts in before the actual game itself starts. But if Marquette can kick off the pistol well, I think, to be completely honest, that may very well be what decides how well the CT side goes. Obviously, pistols are a little bit more important than they used to be. A stat came out about pro play. If a team wins both pistols and both conversions, they are an 80% favorite to win in regulation for that game. So important to say the very least for those types of squads. I gotta say, it's more important for them to kick off well on the CT side than anything, especially considering how the new economy works and the lesser weaponry and lesser rounds. And it seems like that CT side's working off about as well as it could have. Already up 5-1, and Culver's.
Yeah, I mean, they just played that like they're playing Ancient the whole time.
Okay, bro. Oh, no.
They rushed down mid and just were like, all right, we're just going to click heads better. And they did. There's barely any util. I believe the one smoke drop banana was actually by Montana State. The guy with the dualies just trying to give himself some breathing room. But you don't get any breathing room when your entire mid cavalry gets bopped down in 5 seconds. So Marquette, they're on demon time right now, trying to any percent speed run this best of 2 series.
If they can get like a nice 13-4, 13-5, they can negate some of the damage that has been done in the last couple weeks in terms of their results. Good nade, good Molotov as well, and oh my goodness, Keck has the shotgun again. We are coming out of the gate swinging on the Marquette side. They are the first team in the EGF to bring the shotguns, or at least they were back in week number 1. And you can see exactly why. The shotguns have just combined for all 5 kills in this round. It cost them a total of $6,000 to buy them. And they just made $4,500 between those 3 players.
Disgusting. They've got 4 XMs. DTL told me about Marquette's Inferno XM, but seeing it in person is just something else. I understand buying it for Banana. I think the XM use it really well to cover Banana if you want to get aggressive Banana, but there's no strategy here. They're just running down every corridor of the map and killing them off.
Notably, is also playing with the sawed-off. Now, the sawed-off is not nearly as good as the remaining shotguns in the game. Not by any means, it's not even close. The XM, however, semi-automatic virtually, has quick reload times, and can do that to you when it hits heads. Does he check Mexico? Yeah, of course he does. Point blank, notably okay, gets absolutely dusted. Will it be an ace? No. Johnny Boy will hit the only headshot of the game for Montana State thus far, and the XMs have gotten all 10 of the last kills from Marquette. I hate this game.
What the hell do you do? Like, what are you supposed to do? They have 1 kill in 3 rounds. 1 kill.
Nah, that's 2. They found 2 kills last round.
Oh, 2. Okay, my bad.
CJX died too. But it really didn't feel like it.
Well, God, this is kind of sad. We are at a state where there are 7 players utilizing shotguns. 6 of them are going to be the same shotgun. There's 6 players in what is usually supposed to be a gun round.
The problem is this is a gun round. That's the problem now. Great nade, by the way, from Kolva. Outstanding throw. And, yeah, Alter just did the strat. He used the shotgun through the smoke, took advantage of the fact that it creates a larger hole, and walks away with the opening kill of the round. Make it 11 straight kills from Marquette with shotguns, just with the XM. I don't even have to say shotguns plural. It's just the XM, and it almost found a 12th. I think it will anyway. Yeah, it will.
Yep. He's just going to run right down mid. He's finally going to turn his back to another XM. That's a bit of karma for you. Fana will take him out. Now, Glader's going to get cornered, and he's just shooting his way out.
What?
I don't understand how he's doing this. Oh, there's no logic. There's no, he just... Oh.
He's gonna hit him. He's dead. He's dead. There's no way he lives that. Oh my gosh, Glader just shotgunned his way from 15, 20, 30 meters with an XM and a nade. And won all 3 fights. He was in the process of reloading while fighting because he ran out of ammo. And I hate this game. I officially would like to retire from Counter-Strike casting. Put me on the Valorant games. I'm done.
I mean, 1 versus 3 is difficult with any gun in your hand. And it's supposed to be difficult. Excuse me. I'm going to preface that. I don't want to give any... I was just... There's nothing to say. It's just absolutely stupid. And now it's gotten to the point where Montana State are just going to buy him. I mean, Fata just swapped from one XM to another for a skin, bopped C-Jax in the face. He's now just still running down lane. He's finally going to die, but I mean, when will this end? It's never ending.
4 kills on this round. All of them except for that one, now found with XM 1014s. And it is the Krieg and the Op up against 2 XMs in a 2v2 scenario. The Op now left alone on the other side of the apartments. The bomb is down on the A site, sorry. And there's a flank coming through from Aldines, you guessed it, with a shotgun in hand. Will you walk out of the apartment's balcony and clear the mini pits? This round's over. Yeah, there's a flank coming through. I think Aldines may even knife him. I don't see any reason in which he would not knife him, unless for some reason Actually Bad turns around. It may be a round in which as many kills with rifles are found compared to as many kills with different weapons. No. Actually Bad drops down, retrieves a shotgun from the balcony, and in the process, clears mini pit just to die as well. I can't believe it.
He just willingly dropped an op for an XM. That's where we're at right now.
Yep.
In Collegiate CS.
I mean, I honestly don't think this is an unreasonable thing to happen in Pro CS, or like semi-Pro CS. Because nobody's hitting all their shots with an AK. They're hitting more shots with an AK, but they're not hitting all their shots with an AK.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, they got so... How many are we up to now?
4, 5, 6, 8.
We have 8 XM.
There are as many rifles in this round as there are pistols. Right?
Oh my god.
Not counting people who already have a primary.
This is just a fever dream. I mean, there's no analysis here. They're all just running at each other, hoping that their shotgun does more damage first. There's barely any util being used.
I'm telling Tyler. Nope, I'm telling Tyler to disable shotguns. We're taking him out of the game.
Okay, C-Jax, nice job. You actually played this round like a normal CS2 player. You got aggressive in apps, and you earned yourself a kill with the A4. That's the only analysis I'm making.
I mean, ironically enough, normal is only determined by what's happening around you. He is the abnormal CS2 player, and that's the problem.
He's normal in my mind. He's normal in my world.
I mean, what is this? Shoot House in Call of Duty? Or is it Shoot? Yeah, Shoot House.
Yeah, Shoot House. Yeah.
That or the cargo place. I don't know. Op out. Will it do anything? No. Glader's gonna lose that fight, and Alter will win it from the top of mid. This is officially the worst first-person shooter to ever be created, and I enjoy playing it.
I don't think I'll ever be as disappointed casting any video game as I am right now. Glader just hit a no-scope, though. That's pretty sick. That's one way to cut down a shotgun. He just no-scoped a dude in apps, and now it's WDK versus the world, and maybe Marquette's just got their XM's juice because they're also just conveniently winning most of the duels with these things.
It's really just Alter. Man's 15 and 4.
He hasn't gotten a kill without a shotgun or a pistol, has he?
No, I don't think so. Nope, it's really just been shotgun, pistol. And it's really just been that for virtually everybody. Fainted is going to go into the Krieg. Thank God. So is Kova. Op out for notably okay, and everybody else has shotgun minus CJX. And this is a tier 1 esport, by the way.
Yep. Arguably the most popular esport of points of the year. There's a green kill. Volva knocks down AK. Alter is now sprinted up mid and is just controlling it. He's got a man under him. Could get flanked from top mid. He does, but the dude runs out of ammo, and then Johnny Boy finally kills him off. So the king of the XMs is down. What can Montana State do now?
Oh, Johnny Boy has apparently cracked out his shotgun, makes it somewhat reasonable, but while shooting, gives his position away, and Aldines wins the fight. The bomb is in control here for Montana State, and they have left their AWP at the bottom of mid. This is now a reasonable round for them to win. The problem is they have to do it against the shotgun, and Aldines has taken advantage of the smoke being up, and he's crossed without notably okay being aware of it. He may be able to just walk up mid. If he doesn't get cleared, he's in a great spot, but I think he should be. He is. What is going to clear the deagle?
Oh!
Finds a second. No, Fainted will shut him down. Fainted switched to the shotgun just to win the point-blank fight, and Marquette will lose their first round in that fashion. Oh
Sick
my gosh.
deagle kill.
That was great.
Sick deagle kill. That's all that I have to say. No shotgun praise. The 180 deagle shot off while holding an XM is nuts out of me. Yeah, okay, so Montana State's on the board. They got a bomb plant. They got their shotgun money for some players like Johnny Boy, so they're gonna be able to buy. There's no reason to just. There's no reason to do economical analysis. I mean, it's just if you have enough for an XM, you're buying an XM.
Oh my god.
And Aldines just beat actually bad with an AK in his hand with a deagle, and Alter's just running down mid. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Krieg 1v4 against 2 shotguns. Flash over top. Notably okay, can't see a dang thing. They are having a staring contest with the sun, and Aldines is going to win the fight. And we are actually watching a fully competitive game of Counter-Strike, and I hate the fact that this is reasonable and somewhat working for Marquette. And the fact is they did this week 1 too. For everybody who is watching this game, do not allow Marquette to pick Inferno. And if you pick Inferno, don't let them play shotguns, or just don't pick it against Marquette, because it's just going to be a shotgun fight, and it's going to be like, remember when you used to have to complete challenges for your Operation Pass, and it was like, get 10 shotgun kills in a deathmatch? That's what it feels like right now, watching this frickin' competitive game. I feel like we're seeing people try to complete Operation Pass accolades in a competitive Counter-Strike game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just reminding me of when in League they used to have a mode, I think it was for Halloween, where you'd play against like super bots that were just like completely over torqued and were like unkillable, and you were just playing normal champions and they would just completely crap on you and just run at you. It didn't matter what you did. That's what I feel like I'm watching, but in
Oh, you know what sucks?
reimagined.
They're walking onto the A site. They think it's safe because they've just killed a flanker. But CJX has given away that he's here, so at least there's some information that there still is a player in the general vicinity. Swing with the op. CJX sees his arm, sees his torso, and is like, oh yeah, I'm still going to sit here. It's not going to kill me or anything. Aldine's now setting up a flank of his own. The problem is, notably okay is the one with the bomb and is going to plant. They do have support from Fainted sitting in Big Pit, but they cannot see the balcony. There may just be the angle played early by Aldines. If he can swing early enough, he may be able to find the kill he's looking for, but he's standing still. Fainted will shut him down. And down with the XM, Montana State will win a second.
That is the first time... Actually, no, they didn't string 2 rounds together. Never mind. They lost one in between these 2 rounds. Yeah, XM's down. They played that round as reserved as they could. I mean, the only option for them this round is really just spend the first 30 seconds in the back of your T spawn. Hope that you can catch, you know, Alter early on in a round, AKEC running down Banana. You punish them with the ops, maybe wait out their util. But if you can't do that, you're going to lose the round, and that's what's happened most of these rounds. That's why Marquette is up 8. And now we have seen them lose 2 rounds in a row, so they are seemingly starting to set up a bit more normally. They're playing this more like CS2 now, not just blind rush to Alter. Of course, can't help himself. He does get shut down.
You're good with a shotgun from close-ish range, but if you're swinging two separate players, you're not in a great spot. Keck, one's behind you. He's still going to win the first fight, but he will be swung from behind. Leaves only 2 players in the A site, but it's still 2 players. And neither of them have a shotgun. Thank the Lord in heaven above. And in the meantime, the only shotgun on the board will still find a kill flanking up mid. And in the meantime, Glader finds another with that op. It's Johnny Boy in a 1 versus 2. He can't even find 1. Glader's op steps up for 3. Hello, Big Green.
Yep. Playing Moto. It's a pretty big perfection there. And now that's an M249. Yep, that's an M249. Somebody please just use it. I mean, at this point, I'm here for the chaos. Just use it. Yeah, Glader's got one. All right, cool. So we're. Does that gun still cost $5,600 or $900 like it did in CS:GO?
I think so. I think it's like $5,400 nowadays.
Okay.
But it's still a notable amount of money, and they are willingly bringing it into the last round of a first half, of which they haven't even won by a large margin. It is just them winning by 6 or 7. Shot nice from notably okay, but he still gets dinked. And this is still a 3v3. Make it a 3v2. They're winning the round right now. Down with Marquette. I am a biased caster for the first time in my career.
I want to see this long-range M249 go to graciously. All right, so didn't actually hit a single shot there, by the way, because he's moving.
He's got one too. Oh, jeez.
Yep. It's M249s versus the world here. I mean, if you're going to play any angle with this thing, this is going to be it. And Johnny Boy's going to walk right into it. Just hold down left click.
Yes!
Good shot from Fainted.
1 found. Glader needs to clutch. Is searching for a shotgun. No, he's actually picking up a kit. No, that's not unreasonable. This is a good IQ play from somebody bringing a heavy weapon into the last round of the half. Flash around Banana, he'll get up here. He will get up quickly as well. He needs to clear out coffins. He'll try to do so with the shotgun, but it will lose another fight. It being the M249, not the shotgun. I misspoke, my bad. But Marquette will only go up 9-3 in the first half of Inferno.
I just get disgusted looking at Alter's stat line. He's 27-9 right now with like 2,000 damage done in 1 half. And most of it, not all of it, but 18 of the 20 of those kills were XM shotgun.
Yeah. This is what we call a game of all time. And one that I cannot particularly say I'm having an enjoyable time casting, but, you know, I'm still here, as are Marquette, and they are sprinting it up mid. Without shotguns this time, but, I mean, it's Glocks, it's basically just as good. Nice shot from Johnny Boy, finds 1, but only 1, unfortunately enough, and, well, can Fainted find one of his own? No, he's seen. He end up having his head ripped off. 2, he doesn't win the fight, but he doesn't lose it. Can't say the same for actually bad.
Yeah, trying to play the one last hold of the A site. It's just duels being taken over towards Arch by this point. The bomb is going to get onto the A site and get the bomb down. C-Jax wants a piece of Fainted still. He's going to take his head off, my god. Got one coming from Library. Can't hit the shots. It's notably DK that actually finds it. 1 versus 2 here for the very important pistol.
Swing from Audience as well. He will have some help from behind with the P250 at Glader. And not a clean round for Marquette by any means, but it's a pistol round victory on the T side. Again, so important to win the pistol. It's important for you to win it, but it's more important to make sure that the CT side doesn't win it, because they can start to build some momentum that they may not otherwise have. And you get the bomb plan as well, so it forces Montana State into an even more dire scenario. And you guessed it, they're going to buy SMGs and shotguns, because it's the second round, and shotguns are going to be bought anyway. So, sure.
Yeah, and they're also down 10-3, so you can't really bleed them any more rounds. Just for the series' sake. Of course, yep, Alter and Glader do have shotguns. Alter, why not? I mean, arguably his strategy on CT side would be more effective on T side. Just W keying up hit.
I mean, he's going to do it anyway. Why not? Actually, bad. Are you cleared? Yeah, but you actually win the first fight. This becomes, I was going to say reasonable, but there were 3 players waiting for you in mid. No shot to win that one. Does Fainted walk through the smoke? Everybody's favorite game show. Do they become Stewie? Not successfully, that's for sure.
It's one of the most one of my all-time favorite CS:GO videos. Everybody hates Stewie.
Yep. Great one.
What a peak by Stu, man. Sean Garris will forever be in my head for that quote.
Mine is
Bull was trying to
Nissan yelling Stewie.
Yeah. There's just so many iconic voice lines you can get from that. CJax is going to grab the 11th round. They definitely should have, you know, grabbed this round. I hate the tangent, but this game has just been complete delirium. And while I do not endorse it, I am just happy by this point, DTL, that I am not alone in the madness of this series. I think I would have gotten a lot more crazy if you were not here to bounce the crazy off. I don't know how else to phrase it.
I'm happy to be in a commenting part. I can't say I'm happy to be here. I will be when our next series comes up. I'll be a very thrilled CS caster, but this is a game of all time. That is for absolutely sure. And I gotta say, some problems starting to develop for Montana State. If they weren't already developed all the way, they are now on towards this T-side. Oh, Dean's just killed his teammate. Hey. He's gonna get another one too. Oh no, Kova shut him down. Ayo. It's a shot. Not a great one, but a shot.
Here comes the shotgun. This is Alter. Later's actually leading out here. This pop him on top of Coffin. And Kova is down. It's the fainted MP7. If this was Call of Duty, it'd be an elite weapon to try and 1v3 on, but not what we're playing, despite what we've seen so far through 14 rounds.
Yep. 1v3 for fainted. M4 in hand? No, I missaw an MP7 as an M4. Not sure how I pulled that one off, but the MP7 doesn't do any better than the M4 would have. Marquette go on to 12 and have 9 individual attempts to close out this map. This is, let me check my notes. Not good.
Does Alter get the ultimate villain arc 30 bomb?
You know, honestly, we're gonna stay on Alter. If Alter aces here against, what, 2 scouts, 2 M4s, and another XM, he is insanely cracked. Nice nade up mid. He will not even find a single kill. Yes, sit down. And Johnny will find 2. I actually don't know how I feel about him dying now.
He was full blind just spamming, and he kills a dude from 50 feet out. That round is over. The game is not, but yeah, that's what we resort to, though, at this point. It is rush mid, and who comes out of the carnage on top. That's all we're doing.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see 4 players stack up on the T ramp, and then a flash go over the house that's at the bottom of mid from the T side, and then everybody just swings mid with a shotgun. Correction, I wouldn't love to see that, but honestly, I'd see it as a better alternative to just shotgun 1v1s from 40, 50 feet. They're just not good. Aldean's has been team killed / team shot out the wazoo. Now so will Glader, as he's inked down by a teammate's Deagle 1-tap. Of the 5 players on Marquette, 3 of them have done team damage in this round.
Nice. Beautiful. They're still finding ways to win duels. There's a good spray down from Actually Bad, so the reload off as well. Could look for more here, but Aldean's is AK a little too quick. Alter did get another nasty Deagle shot. Kova is going to be the last one to hold this B site.
Reasonable 1v2. Bomb retrieved. Oh my goodness. Slotted a gap is Aldean's. Bomb picked up. Johnny Boy should swing this and does. Good wherewithal. The reason Johnny swings that is because Kova saw the bomb as they found the kill, and then as soon as they swing towards the CT entranceway from the coffins, they no longer see the bomb. In the interim, Aldean's either picked it up and went CT or picked it up and went banana. So Johnny Boy make sure to clear things out, and they do. Good round from Montana State. Honestly, a round I didn't hate from the start. That was a really good 17th round. The rest of the series, questionable. But that one was a really good round.
Yeah, at least there's some strategy prevailing, right? And some logic coming through. It's few and far between right now in this series as we've now resorted to Scout Wars. Oh, Alter's hit a nasty Eagle headshot again, though. Fainted is down. And we're just going to Revolutionary War style firing squad this thing, it seems, if these scouts are just going to keep swinging mid on each other.
But, oh my gosh, it's an op for Notably Okay, who will try and find something, but will not in the end. The bomb, however, is down at the bottom of mid. And the op has been retrieved here for Glader, but they have to win a fight through smoke up against an M4. They just narrowly see a shoulder and will look for the shot, but they will miss the one they were aiming for. They need to win this fight, and they won't. Good round for Montana State. They have gone 3 in a row on the CT side. This now becomes reasonable for a comeback to develop.
Boy, Marquette really doesn't care about their round differential in the EGF. Let's see.
I mean, They should. They're
They
not like
should.
a fully top of the table team as of right now. Hold up. I have their win-loss up. They lost both their games against Hawaii, and I think their first week was a forfeit. So they're really just 0-2 right now. I'll make it 1-2 in terms of maps individually.
Yeah. I mean, round differential could play a big factor, and they honestly could have won this map like 13-2. 13-3 potentially. But now they're onto a save. Like you mentioned, opening the door for potential comeback, and fainted above that aggression. And Apps, yeah, bomb down.
He's gonna win another. Looking for a third onto the site. For some reason, Marquette's currently on the A site, and Alter has just won a fight. But they don't have the bomb. That's currently down at the bottom of second mid. And they don't have rifles in the slightest. AKEK was the closest one to it, with at least some amount of HP to write home about, and a deagle. But an ace clutch now required of Alter. Would be the 30 bomb if he picks it up, but with a deagle it seems less than likely. He will hit a singular shot onto the shoulder of Fainted, and it will do, like, 12 damage. It may have hit his feet, but still, nothing to write home about.
It was the first time we've seen Marquette save since they lost the pistol round on Ancient, by the way. That's how long it's been since they've had a half-buy save, whatever you want to call it. That's how dominant they've been today, and now they will buy back in. But of course, they're not going to go fully normal. Alter is sticking to his ways. They cannot play around. It isn't a pistol round on Inferno without an XM being involved.
Nade's gonna be good again. He just did like 60 damage between two players. The swing up, flashes hit everybody and their mother, and they're still trying to run through these smokes. Everybody's holding W, honestly on both sides. Actually Bad has just found 2-3 kills, almost a third and fourth with the Molotov, but Alter walking in with a shotgun in hand will be shut down himself. 1v3 for Aldines, he sprays down 2! It becomes a reasonable 1v1. He's up against the AWP of Fainted, who is sitting at the bottom of Banana right now, and has the drop on him. If he makes this a speedy flank, he has the opportunity to catch Aldines out, but Aldines is planted, and he will tuck tail and hide on the B site.
Aldines now knows the flash is coming over. He's playing around that fountain pillar, but he gets his head taken off. And Fainted is going to save the map here for Montana State. They're pulling within 4 when this match should have been done 4 rounds ago.
This makes it 5. It should have been done 13-3. 13-2, honestly, could have been reasonable. Marquette have, we'll say, trolled just a wee bit. And
just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit, I think, is an understatement. But it caps off what I think is my opinion of this, which is very little. Marquette, they still do need to win this game. If this goes to OT, I'm done. I'm putting in my resignation. Tyler's getting an email at the end of this broadcast, but it's, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm rooting for the underdog, but I'm more rooting against Marquette for their war crimes of shotguns.
They're still not moving from it. A lot of members have come off of it, everybody, but it's still Alter unwilling to stop buying the XM shotgun. He has reached his 30 bomb with shotgun kills, mostly some deagle kills, and gloves. It's the most evil 30 bomb in CS2 history.
Can we add an asterisk? Was 100%. An a-hole? Excuse my French, but yeah, that's my opinion right now. Marquette, first shot lands onto the shoulder of Alter through a wall, I believe. Good utility usage from the top of mid. Cjax kills his teammate, and in the process, actually Bad gets an assist, because that's how this game works. And Alter's trying to walk into the A site, so are most of this team at this point, but they still have to contend with the AWP sitting in pit. They know it's there, but are they going to clear it in time? Yes! They'll win the fight, and they'll get a bomb plant. Oh my gosh.
Johnny Boy was still moving a little bit when he took that off shot and screwed him up. If he'd stopped, he had the lineup. It would have been an easy shot to land, and that might actually do it. Because now Marquette have the bomb site. They've got the lineups. Aldines, well played for Library. Volva, the only one left, gets one fleeting headshot.
Possible. Volva needs to start holding W, though. Does not have the time to dilly-dally. Has a Molotov and a kit. Good flash will force away any vision they would have had. Marquette will take it 13-8. Hopefully I develop short-term amnesia after this series, because that was a game of all time.
Yep. Alter 31-10. 31-18 there. The rest of his team, the next closest were Glader and Aldines. They had 17. That's how nutso the shotgun was in that one. And I would certainly like to hear some logic about the shotgun, because yeah, I want to hear an apology for using it. To be honest with you, that's what I want to hear.
Wait, hold up. Let me correct this. Done somewhat screwing around, but I'm in a similar boat. I gotta say, it's an awkward way to close out this series. I mean, Marquette did do really well with the shotguns in all fairness, and both teams in all fairness were also using them, which was the worst part of this. But
Yeah,
Montana State had to adjust. It's kind of difficult to play against shotguns if you're not hitting every single one of your shots or headshots from that distance, because the AK does about as much damage per shot as the XM from about 30 meters, which is an atrocity, by the way. But
yeah, I don't know. It sounds like we're gonna get an interview,
yep.
so I'm just willing to get some insight, and then hopefully this U of Hawaii series is a bit of a palate cleanser for us and everybody at home. TTL.
Yeah, we are gonna go grill Glader when we come back from this break about why shotguns were used, why we had to sit through that many rounds of that. It was 21 rounds of Inferno with all of them except for each pistol, including at least one shotgun. I legitimately think that's a stat. Every round except
Yeah.
for each pistol included a shotgun. We'll find out why when we return from the break. After what was a series of all time, and that's going to be the extent of my opinions on it to say the very least, and an Inferno that lasted significantly longer than it should have been, with way too many shotguns to keep my sanity intact, we have an interview with Glader to tell us why, and tell me why I had to deal with so much heartbreak. Glader, why shotguns?
Why?
It's the new meta. I don't know, dude. It's you guys are gonna see this in professional play. Uh, Probably like a month from now, everyone's gonna be having XMs on Inferno. At any map where smokes are thrown every 5 seconds, shotguns and XMs are gonna reign supreme.
The, the fact is, I hate that he's right. Shotguns are
Yeah.
alarmingly good through smokes because, I mean, normally you have a slug or whatever go through a smoke and it creates a very small hole. You can somewhat see, but a shotgun creates like a meter wide hole that is just easy to see through, free information. And what I want to see, okay, this is an idea for next week or anybody who's watching. Shotgun through a smoke with an op sitting behind it. Even
Oh,
op from long range.
that's true. That's true.
Anyway, the question, Ancient. I'm not even talking about Inferno. I don't want to. Not gonna happen. So, Ancient. You guys looked really good to start things off. It was your map selection, so it kind of was understandable. But talk to me about how that T side plays in Inferno, or on Ancient. Don't talk to me about how it plays on Inferno.
Yeah, so we kind of knew what we wanted to do. The game plan was just kind of run at them. Um, we have like really good fast B executes. So once we kind of conditioned them into hitting fast B a lot of the time, that's when we kind of slowed it down. We threw the same util, then went A. But yeah, I think everybody did a lot of good things just being able to trade off of each other. I think that we have a good group of guys who are able to just have that pack mentality of just running and gunning and just trading off each other. Because I don't know what the average time of rounds was on Ancient, but I'm guessing it was like no, it wasn't long at all, especially on our T side.
Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of just blitzed them. And I'm curious, obviously, Glader, a very wacky, memey sort of series. You guys still take it 2-0.
Yeah.
I do want to make sure I agree. I'm not mad at Marquette for using the accents. I'm mad
Mad at
Valve has
you.
put.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm mad at Valve for kind of forcing teams to play this way. But I want to talk to you about a different kind of style that we've seen from CS2. I'm curious, as a squad, have you guys been really honing down on those pistol rounds, those second rounds after pistols as well? Because with how important on MR12 winning those pistol rounds are now, just to, stay afloat in a half, especially on the CT side.
Yeah, so for second round, I always like to buy, but it really is dependent on like if a bomb plan is down. Like it's really easy to buy second round on T side if you have a bomb down. For CT side, it's almost like the only reason to buy second round is because you're gonna have
Mhm.
a pretty crappy buy third round anyways. So that's just kind of
Thank you,
what my
Counter-Strike.
thought process is. So I mean, also I like using the MP9 second round. That's usually my go-to. The only difficult part is that you can't buy XM second round because I mean you can buy XM but no armor, and so I mean it's a trade-off.
I mean, wait, so you start with $800. If you get the $1,900 minimum loss bonus, you could buy an XM and half armor, regardless of the
That's true.
result of the round. So just don't
Yep.
buy anything pistol. You guarantee XM half.
Or if you don't buy anything and you sit in a corner and wait for someone and then you knife them, you could actually buy two XMs. You could have
We're just.
because you know how people do hero AKs, dude.
Are
We should
are
have
you
hero XMs.
are you a major in economics?
No, no, I'm actually mastering in clinical mental health counseling, but I still tilt
Wait,
to
so
oblivion.
in your professional opinion, what does getting knifed pistol do to somebody?
Oh, that they get rocked. They get rocked to pieces. That's the diagnosis I have.
Yeah, as someone who's gotten knifed a few times, can confirm. I think so can most
Yeah.
people. Glader,
What is it?
we thank you for your insight. We don't thank you for Inferno. Any final thoughts from the series or any shout outs you want to give? The floor is all yours.
Shout out my boys. Shout out Alter. He has gotten knifed. I'm pretty sure both weeks or all weeks of EGF. So his psychological damage was he bend. We bend, we don't break. We bend, we don't break. That's the goal.
That's at least what happened
Thank you.
on
Thank you.
match point thus far. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
insight, Glader. Again, just Valve, please fix shotguns so that they can win Inferno without having to use them because it's unreasonable not to at this point. Glader, thanks very much for joining us, and again, congrats on the victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we get a palate cleanser now, TTL. With Auburn, University of Hawaii.
Yep.
Let's see some real Counter-Strike. That's all I can say.
We're also going to see some real Counter-Strike from a distance. Both of these teams should probably pick Dallas servers, if I'm correct. So we should see something that is at least a little difficult for Hawaii in comparison. But remember, subtick only works when both teams are on really low ping, or both players in a fight are on really low ping. And if Hawaii has the experience of playing CS2 in beta and beforehand with the high ping, because it works different than it did in CSGO, just a reminder, there is a completely different conversation for Auburn. Maybe Auburn has played teams that just live in Alaska instead. They may have played the University of Alaska. I don't know if that's an actual place. I could just be making that up. But you get the idea. If teams are experienced with it, they may have a beneficial stance. If not, not so much the case. We've talked to Hawaii about it. That's why they said they've been playing a lot of teams on the East Coast as much as they can, condition themselves when they are able to do so. But that's it for our first series. That is it for the Inferno nonsense that was seen. Glader was right. He is unfortunately right. You kind of have to use XMs when there's that many spokes. It's just a competitive advantage that Valve still needs to fix. But in the meantime, they won't, and we're going to send it to a break. When we return, Auburn will take on Hawaii, and hopefully the shotgun madness will end. One series down, one still to go, and one off stream, which I'll give you updates as they come through. UVU is playing RIT. Outside of this one, but on stream, we have Auburn taking on the University of Hawaii. A few thousand miles between them, but a matchup that will bring them closer together in this season. Regardless, I'm Ty Blake. Joining alongside me here is Slayer for our third week of CS2 matchups. I almost said CSGO. Still in that rhythm.
Yeah, still in that rhythm. University of Hawaii looking to keep the rhythm they had last week. 2-0 over RIT. They looked pretty dominant. That is going to be our final matchup of tonight here. And, well, we're hoping this is the palate cleanser from what we saw Marquette University just do earlier today.
And unfortunately enough, I know that VU was sitting in Twitch chat while we were watching the Inferno game. So that may be a problem down the line. It is Auburn University taking on the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. And our rosters, we actually given them this time. Apologies for not getting them last time. Auburn has Flippa, Denben, Senor Pepper, TARDIS Moon, and Cowboy, while on the University of Hawaii. I believe it is everybody we saw last time around except for Jack as the new face to play Bullseye, Fnipe, Liverin, Jack, and Sync. That means we won't get Blaze this week in an interview, I don't think.
Yes, or was Blaze Bullseye?
You're right, Blaze is Bullseye. Yep, that's my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we made that switch up, so we will get to see Blaze, aka Bullseye. Always a fan of the rosters, being able to keep together. And what's interestingly enough is that I believe last week we were overpass Mirage, and now this week we are
not playing
not going to
Mirage,
either
thank
of those
God.
maps.
That's...
Yep, but I will say, TTL, I said earlier I love Inferno, but now I'm scared watching Inferno with what we've learned from Marquette, and I feel like it's going to be Inferno's going to be played that way more and more across other games as well.
I am going to tell the teams in between maps that if you do what Marquette did on Inferno, then my computer is going to accidentally unplug, and my dorm is going to accidentally run out of power, and just
whoopsies,
not have it turn back on. Oh no, what a shame. Can't see shotguns only on Inferno. Wow. However will I recover?
However, it's funny though. Vertigo and Inferno, I think, are two very fun maps.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Vertigo also, if we're talking about going back to back versus Vertigo and Inferno, played two different ways, two different, T side versus CT side variants. Are we gonna get a tech pause?
We are going to get a full restart of the server. So, the abbreviated version of what's going to happen, we're going to send things to a break. We're going to get them all restarted because apparently the in-game lobby didn't have them correctly pick sides. We'll fix it. We'll get them all sorted, and we'll get them back underway. As soon as we do, we'll be right back here with our first map of not Inferno, thank God, Vertigo in this series. Into the pistol round. Apologies for the chaos. Basic gave me the wrong server and I almost started spectating a pug match. But we're okay. Everything's fine. The game is now underway. Hawaii started on the T side of their own map selection of Vertigo, our second Inferno, where Auburn will be stuck on that same T side. It seems like Hawaii, just legging it down, have walked straight into the blender of this A site, and it seems like it may very well determine the round. Yeah, it will. Just like that. A two-piece for Flippa and Auburn with their first.
Yeah, Flippe, good job to pick up that headshot. They had a lot of onus pressure on mid there. Vertigo's obviously a map you can kind of rotate pretty quickly if you're on the same level. So once you tank that initial brunt, the Tigers did, they were able to get the rotates over, and it was just basically a firing line for the USPs. They love to line up like that. And like we talked about earlier with our earlier match TTL, how important is it when you're on a CT side to win a pistol in MR12?
It is so important. You basically deny a lot of money for Hawaii, especially considering you do not allow them to get the bomb down. You create a lot of space for yourself, having some extra weaponry. Everybody has an M4, except for Flippa, who has a FAMAS. Ironically, Flippa had the most kills in the previous round, and those M4s are already kicking off and underway. P250 only for Sync, Block for Liver, and everybody else with a Deagle, and I don't think any of those weapons are going to mean all that much in what has been a fairly dominant start here for Auburn, and may very well be a dominant close as well.
Yeah, Cowboy takes a pretty good licking, distinct, but should be able to keep himself safe, let the rest of his teammates hunt down these Deagles. And yep, right there, Denben. Nice headshot coming across Bullseye Blaze. Whichever name we're going to call him. He's got a lot of work to do to get back into this one, and this is the right way to start for Auburn. We talked about, you heard TTL say the stat, it's to win the pistol in the round after in both halves of a game. Win 80% of matches at the pro level. Gotta be one of those coming on the CT side. Is I thought Bulls actually had shot that one, but Flippa is gonna make sure that Auburn locks in those two critical rounds like we talked about.
These two teams coming into things also looking pretty good through our first couple weeks of play. Auburn, I believe, has won and lost a series, if I remember correctly. That or we just haven't had them on stream and I'm tripping. Either way, Auburn has won or lost a series to UVU. Hawaii has beaten both Marquette and RIT. The RIT D3 team, not D1, even though they were hoping for the D1 team. It's like a give me Alabama says Vanderbilt, as they proceed to lose 63-0 the following week.
Yeah. It's also like saying, give me Alabama to get Alabama State Institute of Technology.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah, so that's kind of, we talked to Blaze. He's talked about how they wanted that big time matchup. They still want it when they play RIT again. We'll see if RIT obliges. But still got to go through the Tigers. Still got to situate yourself well in the standings. And finally, they get an opening pick here in a big round again. Jack going to grab another one on the other side of the map. It's looking good for the Rainbow Warriors.
Decent. Smoke in. Another one goes, I think, back to CT, but there is still a player sitting on top of oranges, patiently waiting as Cowboy. Augshot, I don't think, did a lick of damage. None whatsoever. I don't know how in the world it didn't hit, but it didn't regardless. And Senor Pepper just now rotating in. Are they saving? Is Senor Pepper just sticking around because they can? Did Cowboy not give the memo to their teammate? No. They just finally did. It's okay. Hawaii will win the round.
Yeah. Really smart save here, though. You won the first 2 rounds pretty commandingly. So you've got some guys on that are pretty broke, but the guys that are the most broke are the 2 that... Oh, I jinxed it. I was going to say the most broke guys are the 2 that stayed up, but Cowboy does die with $100 to his name, and they might actually chase down Senor Pepper with everybody up. But the fact that you won that Antico so holistically, I want to say I thought they'd have better money. But no, it looks like this is still going to put Auburn University in that hole. Going to likely be a save, some sort of half-buy around a hero rifle, and here comes University of Hawaii.
Hawaii with a start. They've avoided the difficulties of having pistols in both of the first 2 rounds. Of course, not having the bomb plant in the pistol kind of hurt things, but it is not the end of the world. Remember, that statistic only helps if you actually start to win rifle rounds as soon as they kick things away. It does give you a buffer, but not one that's going to win you the series in and of its own right. Stats don't always tell the full story. They are just a general indicator of how things may very well end up going. Auburn stacking a little bit towards this A side. TARDIS doing a little dance behind the sandbags. This doesn't make noise, by the way, so they're fine to do whatever they please as long as they don't stand up or walk. But I don't know how well this is going to work for them, especially with a Molotov that misses and they're still forced out. They are lucky on the Hawaii side.
Yeah, I mean, he heard it coming over the head. You're expecting it to hit, so can't blame him for swinging out there. That Pizza 50 not going to get anything done. Bullseye going to nail that one down. Those are the 2 A-side defenders. Senor Pepper has the A1. He's actually going to press into CT. He's got to be careful. And yeah, Sink is just going to sink him. Easy free rifle kill. Jack is also really starting to farm on the AK. My God, the Rainbow Warriors are playing like Terminators with rifles in their hands.
And you have to say, it's a concern for Auburn to kick things away. Naturally, pistol and conversion are nice, and they are still going to have a possibility of buying here. They didn't have the greatest of scenarios in the previous round, but it was still a purchase in which you'd expect something a little bit more. They have to kick off well here. They have to find an opening kill. They cannot allow themselves to fall into that, oh, we're having difficulties. Also, I don't think Fnipe has a secondary.
I
don't
the
see
only thing I see, the only thing I see, and it scares me, Cowboy on a shotgun.
This is why we don't let teams watch the other teams, alright? I vote we private every single VOD. No VODs.
And it's really just going to be on every map. Well, we'll see if the shotgun gets used here, because Sink is just running entry like a train. Cowboy will get one with the XM, but the God Weapon has been cut down. And the B-bomb site is now for the taking here for University of Hawaii. Just seems like another save angle if they can even get away with it, but Bullseye takes one of the few Tigers off the board.
Flippa is making sure that they know it. What is he's knifing a Molotov away for?
Push it off? No.
Huh? Did he want to explode it on the ground? I don't really know what he was doing there. You can hear knives, by the way, significantly further away than you used to be able to hear steps, but should still be Flippa surviving here. There is a flank coming up the A rafters, so an important note there. Flippa is not safe here by any means, but will still find one kill. His position duly noted, though. Jack can just slowly walk up. No way Flippa's aware of this. Yeah, no clue. Jack will kill him, and Hawaii make it through.
Yeah, but how about Jack and Sink out the gate here? They are hounding. Playing entry really well. I actually think Jack's been doing a lot of flanking on the lurk roll, but when your lurkers picking up 1v1 duel wins, it's usually a recipe for success. And you've got Sink, who's also just been running entry really well right now. these guys are playing hot hand with the AKs. I don't know if University of Hawaii really dropped many rounds in this first half.
Rush is quickly coming through this B side. That, or they're going to try and stack the B side. One player walking in. That's Flippa. Flippa was the last one to die in the previous round. Will be the first one to fall here, and it wasn't even close. Good flash by Jack to set themselves up. They are just walking in. Do they clear the stairs? Yeah, of course they will. Jack will find 3. The newest addition to Hawaii is apparently also the most effective in the earlier stages of this half.
Bullseye getting in on the fun, and this is just clean Counter-Strike right now. And it's not much strategy. It's the all be knowing phrase that if your aim's there, you're gonna win matches, you're gonna win rounds. And yeah, sure, this was an anti-eco, but how many times have we seen people blow anti-ecos by this point? Gotta give them some credit when they go 5 clean with a bomb plant.
Yeah.
Get as much money and get a bigger lead.
You gotta say, it is a very clean and an important start for Hawaii. Bar, pistol, and conversion. We'll keep that out of the conversation for the time being because sometimes they just don't work. But you have to say, it is looking really good from the University of Hawaii side. They are clean and clinical on the T side. They are making sure they win the fights that they should. More importantly, they are not putting themselves completely out of position. Jack was isolated, sure, but Jack is also really good at the game and knew they were facing pistols. So, you know, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if he's gonna click heads like that, you can leave him on an island all he wants. They can bring the cruise ship, but he's got the RPG points at it. Something like that. I mean, he's even able to swing an op, avoid Cowboy's shot there. Senior Pepper will pick up Sync, so that's the other hot hand to knock down, and Senior Pepper just locking down the other side of the map here. Tigers now, they finally got rifles in their hands, and they're biting back. Down goes Jack as well. Cowboy claims him.
Step in the right direction. Livren left alone. 1 versus 5 required, and you slow walk into the op. That is not how you clutch out the 1v5. Unfortunate finish, but one that Auburn will gladly take away.
Problem here, though, for Auburn is you take a hit in the loss bonus. It is good that you kept all those bodies up. You got some AKs recovered, but the money... I mean, Warren Buffett might be jealous looking at the Rainbow Warriors funding right now. I mean, Jack was on nearly max. Sync is still at $9 grand after rebuying. Nobody's below enough for an AK and armor in the next round if needed. So Auburn, they have to be careful here because this is what I like to call the tactical loss zone. Take a loss to knock down the other team's loss bonus and just buy back up and immediately hound them back towards the same.
Match fixing confirmed, question mark? I'm kidding. Kidding. Kinda.
Wink.
Auburn set up well. Mid-split for both teams. Sync should be safe on top of the boxes there. If a Molotov extends that high, this game's broken. I mean, it is anyway, but it's more broken. Nice nade into the smoke. It disperses it and creates enough space to open up one. Sync with a second from the top ropes, taking advantage of their vertical pressure and a little over-aggressive. Didn't allow the smoke to plume. There's only one player left on towards this B site. They will be quickly dispatched. A nice nade before they fall, but it's nothing to write home about.
Never a great feeling as an opper when you die without firing a shot with the big green in the round, and that's what Cowboys gonna have to face here. And now my sort of doomer scenario has become a bit of a reality. Auburn, this is a save, and maybe not if First Moon finds that pick. He's still pressing up like he wants that action. Deadman is coming over, but Bullseye is going to claim one. This just has to be a save by this point. 1v3. You've lost a lot of your loss bonus. Deadman's got to kick it out of here. Might take some as he leaves, and Fnipe is going to snipe him down before he can.
Right, with a snipe. And Hawaii with their 5th. Only losing 1 before stabilizing a little bit more. And you could see they had a direct plan walking in. That was a very good round from Hawaii. The start was great. They took good early mid control. They developed it into that vertical pressure on top of the mid boost and used the boost properly. A lot of times you just see players hop on the boost and watch over towards the rafters and sit in the back. But they took a forward position while the rest of their team was pushing up elsewhere and took advantage. Auburn University also using one of their 4 timeouts. This is the only timeout that we have seen since the start of Inferno. And the reason that timeouts were called at the start of Inferno was so the broadcast could catch up. So they weren't even really timeouts.
Yeah, they were technically tech pauses. This
Yeah.
was a tech timeout. Yeah, Auburn are in a tough spot here. They're gonna have enough. They're gonna avoid the doomer scenario, the tactical loss angle, because they won that last round so handedly. So they'll be able to buy back in here. They are struggling to put together these rifle rounds. It feels like they're struggling to kind of just stop these contact plays. It's not anything too crafty from University of Hawaii. It's 2 full contact plays, and like we talked about, when Sync or Jack can find openers, it's making these rounds pretty simple. And it's Liver that once again actually gets first blood. Flippy falls, and mid is down.
Decent bit of a rotation over here. At least they're going to try and recover. Senor Pepper with the op wants to do so, but they are smoked off ever so rudely. Good forward pressure by Senor Pepper, though. Knowing they're going to be smoked off, gets in front of the smoke before it plumes. The issue is they've lost the B site in the process. The other issue, watch this. The bomb's in spawn, so it's going to take a little while for it to get over there, and in the meantime, Auburn can try and set up this retake, and they're doing so. Nice shot to follow up from Senor Pepper, the only 2 kills in the round for Auburn, but in the process, they've lost a teammate. And there's a flank behind them that apparently wasn't directly communicated. Sync is still here, but Sync is even being flanked. Does he get across? Yeah, he does. And they're going over to A. This is bad.
Yep, Sync just put a bunch of holes in the ship with that B-side defense, and now can run it out with that op, leaving TARDIS Moon alone with an MP9. He's going to get a good chance at... I thought he'd have a good chance at bullseye from that range, but headshots are headshots. Another dominating round for the Rainbow Warriors. Looking like they are very comfortable on Vertigo, despite, I believe, this being the first time we've seen them on this map.
Let's see. Taking a look at their previous Face It games, at least in our server. I have a sneaking feeling that Hawaii has played another series, and I just cannot find it for some reason. Or no, sorry, that Auburn has played another series, and I cannot find it for some reason. Hawaii has played Vertigo and won 13-3 over Marquette, and they played Overpass, Mirage, and Inferno, winning all 3 of those. 13-7, 13-6, and 16-13.
Wow, so they have blown opponents out the water except for 1 overtime match.
Yeah.
Certainly labels that as a potential contender team. I will say in this eco, though, Liverin does get picked off early, and Cowboy did recover that AK. So the bomb is down, but there is a chance for chaos here where Auburn, if they rush out and put the rifle in the right spot, they can steal this round back.
Rifle up, though. Taking a while to develop this. As soon as they start to get in, though, nice shot from Fnipe, a follow-up from Jack, and just like that, the round's seemingly already over. Difficulties developing, to say the very least. They tried to set up a flank, it didn't work, and they're all walking in, all to just fall. Valiant effort by Auburn to get in, but they really didn't lose all that much other than the AK, and they could still buy here regardless.
Yeah, they certainly can. They're trending towards, we can all buy M249s going into halftime money. Actually are at that point, excuse me. That's how rich University of Hawaii have been, and this is what happens, you know, if you don't force a team to play the economy game, it becomes even more difficult. And University of Hawaii have not had to save since they boofed the pistol round.
I feel like we're getting a throwback to our previous series. Where it's just
A little bit, yeah.
somebody not having to have any issues other than maybe the later stages of this game. We'll see, of course, what happens to Hawaii when they switch sides as well. No guarantees, to say the very least. 3 players stacked up over towards this A side. Senor Pepper mollied off the angle, down in 7 HP, and was overkilled by Fnipe's sniper. And just like that, yeah, the round's over. Cowboy is in a 1 versus 4, and he gets legged down by Sync, who finds 4 kills on the round. He would have found a 5th if Fnipe hadn't taken the remaining 7 health off of Senor Pepper. And Hawaii make it a very definitive 8th.
This guy's on demon time. Sync he's just hunting down kills. Like, he gets his teams onto the site, and then he's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go try and kill off the rotators before they get here. And 4K to his name in that round is certainly great. They're now approaching the new Zonix law, technically, but I have not seen a 9-3 burn anybody yet so far in casting CS2. The way they're playing, I don't think it should.
I've seen a 9-3 burn a team one time, and that was because it was the first half of a series, and they were just warming up. They ended up winning the next map 13-0, so it didn't really count.
Okay.
Yeah, 9-3 may very well be the case. I haven't watched as many pro games as I would like to, especially considering, you know, Sydney was halfway in the morning, so it's also a question of how sometimes the T side will play versus CT side. It is Vertigo, which used to be heavily CT favored, and now hasn't been for a little while, even with CSGO still being in play. A lot of questions, not a lot of answers, with not a lot of pro games happening. They are over the next couple weeks. Shout out Thunderpick. A couple couple other sets of people. But Hawaii just legging it in. They're wasting no time getting in and no time killing Auburn. Wow, hello opener.
Stop me for this one before Sync swings and drops a CT. That's the recipe to success. Yep, 15-4. He's still hunting forward here. Good crossfire. Cowboy finds that one through the smoke, so they do punish him. Damage is done though, and there goes the rest of the dominoes.
Notice Moon is a very good player. MP9, however, from that distance, not as good as one may very well think. USP from the other side of the rafters not going to land either. 9-3 for Hawaii through the first half of play, and a pretty good first half of play, all things considered, for the Rainbow Warriors.
There is an angle, though, for Auburn to get rolling back into this one because, like we kind of heard from our interview from the Marquette team, it doesn't hurt too bad to lose T-Pistol and then come back from it, right? You do have to usually sync those 2 rounds, potentially, maybe not even if you get the bomb plant. But CT is a whole different story, and we saw that sync Montana State, especially on Ancient. Auburn's already won a pistol. They need to come up with this one because it can really give them a lot of rounds to eat into this 6-round lead.
All the develop work for Auburn to start things off. Senor Pepper already a good opening as they start to just leg it in. It's going to work. They've already legged themselves on towards this A site, and they're developing in towards elevator as well, but they have discounted the elevator pressure that could have already been there for Hawaii. Nice shot from Liverin. That flank that you saw with a Tech 9, actually bullseye, on the USP is running back around towards this mid position. He's trying to go into cahoots with his teammate, but he's now left alone. No kit available. He's not even going to have the chance to use it. Double tap from Senor Pepper from distance. Put down on the clutch attempt, and Auburn will win back-to-back pistols.
And now you can see the money for University of Hawaii. They've already potentially optioned to force here because Jack has immediately bought a Mag 7 and armor. It looks like they will force around this, which, you know, is going to make it more hotly contested, obviously. But now if you're Auburn, if you can play a cool, calm, collected anti-eco, I gotta think that they are in a great position to get to 6-9.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, never mind. Snipe already an opening kill. Once more.
Okay, well, never mind. What is happening?
And Liverin actually finds a double with a USP and will sub it out for the Galil. Is still getting aggressive here and finds a headshot onto Cowboy. Those pistols and the Mag 7 basically just became snipers from distance. Denben still alive, but not by as much as they would like. And they're still facing Deagles. They're still having difficulties. And they're still running into more problems than they can solve.
2 shotguns here, still up. Jack's in a prime position to either... Yeah, I mean, he's going to get intel that they're not towards the A side of the map. So, going to throw those other guys over towards B.
What are they doing? I swear if they save this, I'm going to lose my mind.
You can't save this.
You say that, but they are currently in spawn and at the bottom of mid, and Denben's not quiet. Their position is duly noted by Sync, who can certainly hear them. You can see the reaction. And Sync is going to win this fight. A Mag 7 through the legs will win that. They're either going to win it or Jack will, but Jack's looking the wrong way! Jack will fall.
Oh.
That's a problem. And they may think the A site's open off the back of it. There are many problems for Hawaii now.
30 seconds. You can just hightail it towards A. Sync is going to be pissed that the spot got blown because he would have had a freebie. They're trying to play through mid here, and Bullseye strikes the middle. Denben falls. Cowboy's going to get a plant here, at least. Enough time to get it, stick it, so some money saved. One more Bullseye shot will do it. Hold on.
Now but Mag 7 out. No noise extra made. Yeah, jump across. Mag 7 is good enough from that distance. More than good enough for Hawaii. 10-4. Roger Dodger. As Hawaii will re-extend that lead.
That's a bit of a backbreaker. The bomb plant is going to save them somewhat, but ugh, that money is still pretty gross. This is decision time for Auburn. The logical move here would probably to give up a 12th, or excuse not 12th, an 11th. Half by a bit, and all right. Never mind. Yeah, you can go for the Galils. You get some upgrade Tech 9s, a Mac 10, some util. They don't want to let their foot off the gas here and give University of Hawaii any free rounds. I would have personally given up 11th and gotten a full buy, trying to make a run back from there, but I'm not playing Counter-Strike collegiately. I am casting.
I mean, I've seen some crazy decisions. Here's one of them. Negev is out. It is still a laser in CS2, but it still takes some time to develop. That laser also doesn't really need eyes to work either, and oh, nor this Liveren's M4 finds a double. And yeah, the round's over. Senor Pepper's in a 1 versus 5. We'll find 1 kill with the Tech 9, and then we'll be shut down. Now's about the time you have to give up that 12th, my friends. You were not wrong. Just,
Yeah,
you were
this is the
around too
problem.
early.
Yeah, this is the problem. You don't get a bomb plane, you get rolled. So now you either go, all right, we give up regulation, or we force again with worse weaponry, and just try and leg it out once more. They're going to finally save now, and give up a 12th, and have to go on a miracle 8-0 run, likely, to get back into this map.
Will the miracle run happen? Bullseye has been seen. Even while seen, they are still taking fights, and they will run away. Tail tucked between their legs, and M4 now fully reloaded. You can see it is confidence exuberated for Hawaiian. They're just aggressive in every sense of the word. Good Molotov will push them out in the open. And when you're in the Molotov, you're actually visible earlier through smoke than you would be otherwise. Bullseye, of course they clear the corner, and they'll be killed by their teammate otherwise. Liveren, yeah, you can see, unfortunate, but who cares? Hawaii have made fine 12th.
Liveren tanking his KDA like a true teammate.
Like a true red
Match
teammate,
point.
at least.
Yeah, right? Match point here for University of Hawaii, looking as ever dominant as they did against RIT's D3 squad. And if RIT's D3 squad continues playing in EGFC, mostly, gotta think the University of Hawaii is the top dog through our 3-ish weeks. I'm hedging a little bit that they will look this dominant on Inferno, but hey. Can't just be normal, especially when you don't have normal kills coming across like Bullseye. No scoping flip A, rushing mid with an op. So I'll point that one out.
Fnipe is flanking. They are very much making noise. Cowboy's well aware of this. They're still going to be cleared, though. Cowboy will win the fight, though. Good recovery. And with that kill coming through, you can see they're starting to indicate they want to head over towards the B side. Correct decision as of right now. The problem is they're taking a little bit too long. And Sync is already just patiently waiting in Ninja.
A lot of time, though, for the Tigers to play with. But like you mentioned, Sync, I mean, he is server high in kills right now. 18 to his name. A lot of the damage on the T side, but hey, he's holding a T-sided weapon. A lot of those kills with the Galil. And they're stacking up to press him. And we got to play that fun game show. Do they check Ninja?
Yes,
yes
they
do.
They get the kill.
Oh, Sync.
Sync just took either all of the damage or almost all of that damage to the Molotov alone. Bullseye wants to swing this, and they should be able to. They may very well end up being cleared. Liveren, however, will clear Senor Pepper first, and they have taken a significant amount of damage. They would love to have Bullseye alive right now, but Liveren made sure that is not the case, and actually, no, that was the previous round. Bullseye is still alive, but not for very long. Hawaii will keep their 12th, but Auburn will bring one back.
You have to put more than just one together here to force the economical game. Because there was plenty of money for those Rainbow Warriors, and they are going to buy back in, including an op back on Jack. And that was kind of a have fun round, if we're being honest, from University of Hawaii. They're still going to have fun here because Fnipe is bought PV Bison. If we learned anything from the last series, TTL, we know that when University of Hawaii think a game is over, boy, do they like to have some fun.
Not for most teams here in EGF. They're having fun anyway. Fnipe, I don't know how those shots don't kill Denben, but Denben will stay alive. Jack swing top. Ramp, can't say the same for them. And Sync getting aggressive. We've seen this story before for Hawaii, and Sync does not clear the bottom side of the stairs. That's my favorite hiding spot on the CT side. You can also be taken advantage of by the T side as well.
Early picks, early punished over aggression. To force these CTs to reassess. Fnipe gets a big pick, though, towards mid here to even it out towards a 3-on-3. It looks like Auburn are still decently split here. You got Senor Pepper all the way up towards CT. He's going to not clear Liveren in time. The rest of the cavalry is coming. Liveren could just be a thorn in the side of this entire round.
Could end it themselves. Swing very well timed. Catches one out with the Molotov, and will switch out to the Galil so you don't have to reload. The spray still does not land. walk in here for Tardis Moon. Do they clear out that roam? And do they wait for the flank to come through? The answer is absolutely not. Flipping out a 1 versus 2. Won't even be able to find the first. Nice flank set up by Bullseye. A quick one, to say the very least. Hawaii take Vertigo. Their own map selection. 13-5.
And yeah, well, we talked about Sync was really big on that T side, got a lot of multi-kills. It ended up being more of a team effort. He was at 18 kills. He had his teammate Bullseye and Jack at 16. Another guy at 14. Big old team win here. University of Hawaii looked pretty dominant. And I got to be honest, don't think it's going to change much when we go to Inferno. Got to see something. I didn't really see much from Auburn. They were always on the back foot.
We have seen Inferno from Hawaii before. It is not something that is completely unknown, something somewhat similar to Vertigo, considering how at least few rounds they played. But the only time they've played Inferno thus far this semester, they played Marquette, who, in all fairness, did do very well against Montana State, and they went to overtime. It basically required MR15 plus guaranteed rifle rounds at the end of the game to decide it, but Hawaii did still win. So there are no guarantees here for Auburn. There need to be redemptions for the squad, however, and we'll see when/if that happens when we come back with our final map of the day.
And, I'll go back to a point you made earlier that University of Hawaii, their closest match on the season was playing Marquette on Inferno. And if you've been going along this entire broadcast from us on EGFC, you know what Marquette's Inferno looks like. So I have to assume, TTL, that to beat Marquette on Inferno, University of Hawaii had to adopt their strategy to some degree. And that scares me for what we're going to watch.
Please don't. Please don't. Some information. Auburn has played 4 maps individually thus far. With some of our scheduling, some teams have played each other twice already this season. It'll be the only 2 times they play each other. In this case, Auburn has played Utah Valley University on 2 separate occasions. That's 4 individual maps. All of them won by Utah Valley. They were Overpass, Nuke, Ancient, and Vertigo in chronological order between weeks 1 and 2. All of them won by Utah Valley. All of them, except for Ancient, won in regulation. Ancient also the closest in relation to kinda how this map plays, also closer to Mirage as well, depending on how you look at it. Does Hawaii kick off well? Pistol round, what? Can nobody hit their shots? There we go.
Yeah, pistol rounds have not been kind to University of Hawaii. They have yet to win one, and boy, are they not going to do it here either.
1v5.
Oh, okay, good
Done
first
second.
headshot. All right, Bullseye.
Cannot find a third, though. Tardis Moon, valiant effort, and a good closeout for Auburn. And that's important. I mean, Auburn are making these games close because they are winning pistol rounds. That's the pure fact of the matter. They are 3-0 on pistols thus far in this series. There's still a 4th to play. They can start to develop something. Also, my statistic was blatantly incorrect back on Vertigo. That whole 80% win rate in regulation thing, not even close.
Well, that thing adopted the idea that you win your anti-ecos. And what we learned from Vertigo was that Auburn blew their anti-eco in the second half. So technically, it saves your statistics.
That's true. That's so true. You're right. Yep, my stats are right. That's what matters.
We'll see if it happens again here, though, because University of Hawaii have once again opted to kind of force. I'm not really saying Jack's the only one that forced. He did not buy an XF, bought a Spike 7. They are going to just swing mid here, and they're not going to be looking at Sync, who gets 1, able to pick up a 2nd. He's getting the reload off as well. Is this a disaster anti-eco once more for Auburn?
They're going the other direction. Benefit is there, but the problem is they're leaving those 2 rifles. That's the main issue. Those 2 rifles on the floor can be retrieved by anybody who does not currently have a gun, as long as they don't die from the bottom of mid. And they don't, they'll find the timing. That's a Galil picked up for Jack, and they do have armor, but they have very low HP. Deagle out for Bullseye, they will find one. Sync looking for their 3rd, needs to find it if they go down at all, and will not be able to do so. Jack needs to step up here with the Galil. The bomb is still down in the open, and there is still 1 player towards the back halls and towards the church side, and Jack stepping up with the Galil. Knows that Senior Pepper is there, but still cannot find the kill. Livered, however, will. Auburn University blunder yet another conversion round victory.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's just so much worse because the Rainbow Warriors are on CT side. You win the round they force into, you are very much likely, you're guaranteed 3-0 in my mind. You're potentially looking at 4-0 because I still don't think you get a great CT side bye. But all that's out the window now. Now you're on the back foot. Now you're forced to half by pistols. Yeah, just Tech 9. It's going to be a Tech 9 rush. You're giving over some AKs, some Galils. You're just putting the best team likely right now in the EGFC, you know, right on the right foot when they were kind of losing their balance.
Rocking out for Snipe. It's not going to do anything because they're just not going his direction. In the process, however, they are still walking on towards the safe side. And Fnipe is going to just wait in apartments. I like this call. Patiently wait, do something if you can. The Tech 9 pays off for Denben. That shot from a distance, so very low HP. For Flippa, same case for Denben and Cowboy 1 versus 3 with a Tech 9 only. They're going to be legged down by the XM, of which point blank range will do more than enough damage to the body. And I hate to say it, Shotgun is back.
Shotgun is back. I will say Fnipe utilized it in the ways I believe it should be.
Yes,
right?
So true.
It's not him blind swinging null mid and killing somebody 30 feet away. It's, I'm going to barely tag a low health member and I'm going to jump right in the face of somebody, where a shotgun in life is most effective. So we'll see if he gets any kookier than that. He still does have the XM. I don't believe any of his other teammates do.
Nope, nobody does.
Yes. So we're safe for now.
All is right in the world.
I can't guarantee. I can't guarantee it doesn't get crazy when University of Hawaii takes a big lead.
That's a really good point. As of right now, all is right in the world. Cowboy has made the noise of a small army up in the apartments. How Fnipe has not turned around yet is beyond me. He just now will, but still won't find the timing on either player there. He should just turn around. Fnipe, there are 2 players behind you. You should be turning around, and yet as soon as he does, they start to swing him. He'll find one. He should know a second's here, and he'll win that fight as well because it's the shotgun. This is how you play shotguns, kids. This is how shotguns should work from point-blank range. Thank you, Hawaii.
They'll cash in on the 3rd round in a row. Looking pretty good on their CT side, and once again, pushing towards the idea that they're just not going to have to save again, even if they lose rounds. I mean, Fnipe has cashed in all 4 of his kills on the XM right now. He's finally going to throw it down and just buy it up. And the craziest part about shotgun money is that he still is the most rich person on his team after doing that.
That's scary. It is kind of scary, actually. Snipe up, out, looking for it. Will not find anybody. Also flashed off the angle, can't do a whole lot there. Think we'll find 2 separate players of the Molotov. I think they combined that with a nade from their teammate. Yeah, Bullseye was there, and they will go down to 1 HP. Talk about buying a lottery ticket. You find 2 kills with Molotov and survive 1-on-1 health. That deserves a purchase.
And that wasn't even his smoke bailing him out. The Molotov actually just ran out before he threw the smoke down, and he got bailed out. So the smoke wasn't even the save there because the smoke bounced, and it wouldn't have bounced if it got thrown over a molly. And he's likely going to just stay alive this whole time unless Auburn University decide to redirect back towards that B side. I like boosting him up on the flower pot. It gives him at least a half-second window if it's a really good player to fire first. This is what we talked about. It's not the fact the University of Hawaii are just winning rounds, right? This is what we talked about with our other series, Montana State. It's that they are winning rounds and keeping at least 3 up every time so they can build an economy and just really seal in the dominance.
And Auburn is saving. And
Don't go to a dinner table. I'm hungry.
I've been.
Oh, is that what's on the menu?
I mean, eat more chicken, I guess.
Hi, I'm a full endorser of that. Your boy pulls up to Chipotle and asks for double chicken every time.
I really want to go to Chipotle now.
Sorry,
Jeez.
I might go there after this.
I may go tomorrow. Chipotle tomorrow? Yeah. Chipotle's tomorrow.
There you go.
Halloween party. Put in good amount of carbs beforehand. Does Denben get cleared? Yep. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, he's dead. I don't know if he died after time, though. So that could be a concern. How much money does Denben have? No, they did not die after time. So there's at least that benefit. But that was the most boring round of CS we've had all day.
Except for the util usage at the start.
That's true.
That
yeah.
was pretty cool.
That, you know, now that I think about it, you're so right. I just hated the last minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, the fun part was the first 10, and then the next minute and whatever were just
Nothing.
not fun at all. Full loss bonus out for Auburn University by this point, so they're going to be able to buy at least Galils and Util, likely AKs and stuff after his Taurus Moon, after saving his gun, is going to eat an HE grenade.
He's dead.
Yep, he's dead.
He took
all that save for nothing.
He took 61 damage to an HE, and the Molotov was spreading to him. He would have had to jump out of it as it was spreading, because either way he was going to die. I think it's 16 tick, 16 damage every second. So in 39 health, you have about a second, maybe 2.5 seconds to get out of there. Yeah, he died very quickly. Feels bad, man.
In time to light, he saved last round, so he $200. So he didn't have enough to buy smoke, which would have bailed him out.
Poetic.
Certainly is. This mid push looking to get shut down. The smoke's going to dissipate. Jackson found through the smoke here. And what a redirect. Liverin nearly finds another on top of that. Fnatic makes sure the Apps push is shut down, and the multi-pronged attack towards A has been routed once more. And unless Mr. Ben has something crazy in store, likely going to keep most members up. There's a good pick, though, on the bullseye. Spot found out, though, that he is in apartments.
An opportunity. Jack, however, swung a little bit further than he was expecting. He had the headshot angle for the close swing, not the far swing on the wall. Hawaii will slide in that fifth. And these are more reasonable rounds than the last time we saw Inferno. This is how I like to see Inferno played. I don't even care if it's dominant, because right now it is still somewhat close rounds. Bar the last two, I guess. But Hawaii is playing shotguns every so often, but using them correctly. We're not seeing abhorrent swings down mid, like you said, with the XM 1014, and it's not working. P90's being brought, first one of the day. We've seen just about every weapon that can be brought in anybody's repertoire, including a P2000. And now Taurus Moon trying to walk in with a P90, trying to get in front of the utility. They still have to clear Sync on the close corner, and they won't. Sync has just found 3 kills, has assisted the 4th, and Cowboys in a 1 versus 5 in the first 20 seconds of the round with a Tech 9 and a Dream, one that will almost certainly become a Nightmare.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's dominant, but it's entertaining to watch because we're not ignoring every part of the map but mid, like we did with Marquette.
1 health.
Yeah, that just stinks. Like, that is the most elite util usage you're seeing right now from the Rainbow Warriors for Banana. The only thing I think could get crazier is you can currently throw a deep banana smoke from Moto. There is a lineup for it, which I still yet to see. I hope to see it soon. I actually do think I watched it thrown in Sydney, so I don't know what I'm saying.
I mean, the only real time it's useful is if you're trying to retake Banana and isolate it. So it's not something that would be available to use quickly because it takes too long to develop. Because as soon as you get to Moto, they're already at the bottom of ramp, so they'd get in front of it before it became useful. Liverin, through second mid, will pop off for yet another opening duel for Hawaii. I don't know how many opening kills they've lost, but it is not very many. Liverin will just barely escape with their life as well. How you get out of there with your life is beyond me. Will you win the fight on the Flippa? Will you find that kill? I think they will. Yeah, goodbye. Liverin didn't reload, though.
Back.
No way!
Oh.
Liverin still lives. Talk about Liverin.
He's living. You want to make a Bon Jovi reference? This guy's definitely living on a prayer right now. It's back-to-back. Didn't he get knocked down on 1 health last round, too?
Yep. Exactly 1.
Got a rabbit's foot in his back pocket. You see the op does come out for Denben, so they do finally get the big green on their side. He also beats Fnatic with it, so that's the only kill they picked up so far. But we're seeing a pattern with these rounds. It's usually Auburn trying to get aggressive towards one side of the map. It's been Banana. This round it was Apps. They get completely shut down, and for the next 45 seconds, they deliberate if they even want to go for a push or if they want to save their weapons. And when you're down 6-1, really can't be saved anymore.
No, Bullseye should have heard that scope in as well. It's not as loud as it used to be, not as discernible as it used to be, but it should still be heard, and even while it's heard, it is still found out and killed. Liverin is alone on the ace site, only the M4 and only 16 HP, dies to 1 bullet from either of these 2 weapons, or the nade currently back pocket of Taurus Moon. But the problem is, Auburn is taking forever and a day to develop this. There's the nade, there's the kill. That is enough to open up the A site, but it takes too long to develop, and Sync will pop up for a multi-frag in yet another round. 10 kills in 8 rounds of play, and everybody from Hawaii stepping up, whether it's time denial or just pure and unadulterated fragging.
Yeah, and you gave Sync an AK on CT side. I mean, this guy is so potent on it. when he was playing on the T side of Vertigo. Talked about how often he was opening up the map for them. You give him that weapon on the CT side, you see exactly what happens. I think I'm trying to think if any of his AK kills I can remember weren't headshots. That's just how good he is with that spray control.
Hell of a lot of utility going down Banana, and oh my goodness, Snipe just did so much damage through the opening kill. Flippa dies, follow-up is there, Cowboy is alone. And you blink and you miss it, it has been 20 seconds again, and again, it is a member of Auburn in a 1 versus 5. Will they be walked in on? Yes, they will, but they'll still win now 2 fights. This is not unreasonable, but still unlikely. They'll find the third. I mean, you do economic damage, but the problem is there's only 3 rounds left in the half, and you don't have money yourself.
Yeah, now University of Hawaii, it's the progression of the Rainbow Warrior games I've seen so far. All right, out the gate, like the first 6 or 7 rounds, if they're going to play like their polished style of Counter-Strike, right? And usually, what we've seen so far is they usually are winning all but 1 or 2 of those rounds. When they hit that other mark, they then begin limit testing. We just saw it there, where they get aggressive, pushing mid and banana with great util usage, and just overswinging, constantly trying to win duels because they don't have an advantage. And soon, if this continues, we'll arrive at memedom. Which might not happen this round, as Auburn have gotten 2 first picks. Delivering might get pushed here.
What?
Can't hit the flick shot. No way he gets his own USP. No scope?
What? No.
Yes, of course.
Huh? How in the world does Flippa miss that many shots point blank with a Galil? You're no more than, what, 4 feet from them? At least from their head. Liver now has a shot to live here. And, pun not intended, they have some assistance. Luckily for Auburn, they will take out the support. And I think that we will see a save from Hawaii. I wouldn't hate it if Liver just went for this because, you know, why the hell not? But we may see a save. Nope, they're going to go for it. And there's no way they clear Cowboy.
No, no shot. 1 HP in a dream.
Oh, they may clear
Well,
Cowboy
if
if he
he-
uses utility.
Yeah. A swing now out
Gosh.
towards him. Wow.
Oh no.
All right. They're going to give him the angles. Why not go for it? You got Senior Pepper also holding with a scout, and he immediately gets taken down. It's an up battle 1v1, and this would really just break the morale of Auburn if they give it up.
The time. Has a kid available. 4 seconds to hop on the bomb. They tap it. They force him out in the open. They'll have enough time.
No.
Oh my goodness, Liverid's clutched it. 1 versus 3. They'll pull it through. Liverid
Oh.
has it. And Auburn University, they need a change of profession. Go into wait staff because they just served that on a silver platter to the University of Hawaii.
They broke the cardinal rule of 3 2 versus 1s. They gave him 3 1v1s. Yeah, that's just... You're giving him the opening. All you have to do is, okay, sure, Cowboy can play up in banana if he wants to. I don't hate that. Sit by the sandbags. And then the other 2, you don't need to hold these aggressive angles waiting for him to swing into it. He has an up. You can only look one way. Just play on opposite sides of the site when he taps the bomb swing. And they don't do it. And
Oh my gosh. Look at that utility
Liver's just
damage.
too good of a player.
They don't clear sync. Oh my gosh. What?
Oh,
The cardinal rule of walking up banana without, you know, using any
they're just
utility.
broken.
Yeah,
Broken.
I mean, honestly, after that round, I really can't blame him. You give 3 separate 1v1s to an Opper, and you don't really have a reason behind it. I don't know. That's a question mark for me. Why
You
will
bring
probably go 11 now.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to say we should bring Glader back in here to get some insight on what the mental loss is. when
That's
he
so
moves around
true.
like that. How many Zeuses can they buy? There's enough weaponry in CT spawn for a small militia. Some ops, some A1s.
That's probably about as many rifles as Auburn University have bought in this first half.
Unfortunate truth.
Hey, I mean, sometimes that cockiness can come back to bite you. They spend a little bit too much time in spawn, not enough utility over towards this B side. Negev out though, ooh, does a decent bit of damage, but will not find a follow-up kill. Negev back out for the other side. Senor Pepper will win the fight. Auburn pick up a second. There's the round back they needed.
I told you we reached the 3rd stage. We're at memedom with University of Hawaii. That was a memedom round. So It's not going to burn them, obviously. I mean, unless there's a torrent run from Tigers, but they haven't shown they'll be able to do that. The only thing that I think they should compete for here is the funniest stat that they are going to most likely get bodied on back-to-back maps, but they have the chance to win every pistol of this series.
Imagine that you win 4 of 4 pistols, and you get a collective, 7 or 8 rounds? The statistical improbability of that one is palpable, to say the very least. Good utility usage down Banana. Utility dump Boulevard for a reason. But, oh, missed opportunity on the first shot. Hawaii have a higher likelihood of winning a T-sided pistol. They're just going to leg it, hold W in. It's going to work, and they'll find a few extra frags off the back of it. Tardis needs to step up and will for one of their own. They find another yes out of thin air. They have to reload, and knowing it, Bullseye will find that. The issue, it's still just a 2v2.
They got Jack coming in here late. Can't really safely get the bomb down just yet, so Bullseye's trying to play aggressive, but he gets punished. Denben gets that kill. We've got another multiple v1 scenario. Jack, will he get the 1v1s? He's spotted out. Just make shelter in church. Don't give him the 1v1s again, Auburn.
I think they will. That's the problem. They're not playing together. That's the issue. Senor Pepper, solo swinging, has no help. Now will, but we'll give him the 2 separate fights regardless. Honestly, they didn't play that poorly. The re-swing was still there. Just Jack hit back-to-back headshots on 2 separate players. Hawaii will win their only pistol of the series, and it's to go up 11-2 on Inferno.
Yeah, that one wasn't as rough as the 1v3, but still, man, like,
yeah,
don't need to swing out of church when you know he made noise. He ran over there. I don't know. It's over. And maybe, you know, some of the strategy, the polishness is falling off as the wheels have fallen off the wagon by this point. And University of Hawaii now, they win the pistol, they get AKs in this. They're up against a force. Unless these MP9s go crazy, it's going to be a 12th and a broken buy for Auburn. And they're just rushing out of Banana. But the bomb is already at hand.
And Jack catches one reloading. Should find a second from the bottom here. We'll have the spray. We'll have the damage. Just won't have the kill. And oh no, Flippa has looked the wrong way at the worst possible time. 1v4 with a 5-7 and about 30 seconds to hop on the bomb for Senor Pepper. Make it 20 because they don't have a kit. And you're looking for exit frags here. This is going to be match point, and 10 of them.
10 of them for sure. No real chance for that crazy ninja. I'm also willing to bet that University of Hawaii at this point are kind of fine dying with the bomb if they wanted to. They won't. They'll all move out from mid. That new bomb sound indicates that we are under 10 seconds, which means Senor Pepper had 0 chance to defuse, and he's going to save his beautiful skins that are worth a lot of money. But it's going to mean nothing in the grand scheme of this map and this match for Auburn University.
10 straight instances of match point for the Rainbow Warriors, and they have more than deserved it. They have been consistent, and that has been the most important part of their playstyle, I think, thus far. I mean, just looking at some numbers, in case anybody happens to be curious, in game number 1, they won 13-5. The range of kills between the top 4 was 18, 16, 16, and 14. Fnipe was on 8, with 8 deaths. Here, it is a similar story. 16, 14, 12, and 11, with Fnipe on 8 kills and 8 deaths. That's actually scarily similar between the two maps, but still an important fact. Auburn University just haven't had the showing they needed on the T side, and with not winning the pistol, they really haven't been able to show up on the CT half either. Flip finds an opening, at least a step in the right direction. They can develop, because you can see they already have some level of A-site control, but Denben, they can still hear you from the bottom of it, even if you start walking from there, and he still wins the fight. Hello.
Okay.
And he's dead.
Be a thorn. He's going to get, yeah, Jack's going to kill him, trying to get back towards Apps. Rotate C to come out here. Senor Pepper, if he could have gotten that second spray down, would have ruined the round here for University of Hawaii, but they're going to find that the A site is pretty wide open. They should have a plant available. That Moto Smoke's going to give them, excuse me, enough of a window. And Jack, did he go big here, covering the flank.
1v2. Bullseye left alone. Questionable why Flippo was running around with their knife out, but still rushing it down onto Bullseye, who's waiting and swinging with the Krieg. Another 1v2 in the span of 5 rounds. It is 3 separate 1vx scenarios for Hawaii, and they will take this series in tow. 13-2, a rout of Auburn here on Inferno.
Well, this is the team to beat in the EGFC.
Yeah.
University of Hawaii are what they're now 6-0 in maps, I believe,
Yeah,
and only one of those was double digits. It was an overtime
yeah.
win. All the rest of them have been completely blowing them out. I'm gonna be happy to talk to those guys over across the Pacific Ocean, but what I'm curious what most we got to talk about
Yeah.
besides how to feel just slapping around another team.
I mean, Hawaii's just looking good. The teams I want to see them take on, Marquette again, because they had a good second game. I want to see them take on the D1 RIT team. I do think RIT will win. I don't think it'll be close.
Yeah.
But I really want to see RIT play it anyway. Speaking of, RIT is actually playing UVU right now. I said I'd give you some updates. Here are your obligatory updates for that series. As of right now, Game 2 is 11-10 in favor of RIT. Game 1 was a UVU win again. They are also still undefeated. 13-4 on Vertigo. Kinda gross from the Utah Valley squad. But that is going to do it for this series. We still have an interview. We are going to get Blaze in for yet another interview, I believe, third week in a row from the Rainbow Warrior himself. But I gotta say, it was a very good game, and I think in the end, a very important one for Hawaii to close out. They do so in tow. 13-5 and 13-2 between our two maps. We'll get the opinions of Blaze and the close of today's broadcast when we return. To keep at least the Valorant team's spirits up. I gotta say, for you guys personally, though, it was good from the start. Vertigo looked clean as ever. You've had some difficulties on pistol rounds, though. The only pistol you won was on Inferno, and that required a 1v2. Speaking of 1vx's, we'll get to that conversation later. But what's up with the pistol rounds? It just
Um, I mean, every team needs their flaw, man, and I guess it's pistol rounds for us. It's that and XM's on Inferno, so I guess we're kind of glad that it didn't come out. It didn't need to be that today, and it was just a very good game overall. But yeah, it was that's something that we need to work on again, and at least our rifles came to play. And I don't know, whenever we have pistols on eco rounds, I guess we tend to hit them more than on pistols. So it's just kind of choose your battles, I guess.
Yeah, that's become a revolving theme. I know last week we saw you guys against RIT. You guys are kind of just the eco kings as well. So I mean, lose the pistol if you're going to win the eco. We're playing the money game. It certainly works out. But I do want to go back and talk to you about some of those, 1vx scenarios TTL was talking about, because obviously you guys have looked polished, especially executing on the T side, all the fundamentals. But talk to me about, how much it means extra that you have these like 1v3 clutch moments from your players, 1 versus 2 as well from the squad, just to like put the cherry on top of your dominance.
Hey man, I'm just shout out to everyone on my team, man. Everyone's ready to clutch up when it's needed. Like I said from day one, everyone is gonna have their singular performance and they're gonna be able to perform when they need to. It's gonna be a team game for real. This is a team game, but like I said, when it's gonna be a 1vx, our players are ready to go. Um, Kuhn or Livern, he did a 1v3 with an op on the last one
Yeah.
of the last rounds, and he just went crazy. I don't even know what happened. It happened so fast. It's like one of those unexplainable things that happens, and yeah, a lot of 1v2s here and there. Everyone just putting in work just so that we can show that our players are ready when it comes to crunch time.
Hey, I mean, you guys stepped up. You are now the only undefeated team remaining in Hawaii, or in, well, I suppose Hawaii just by default. You're the only ones there, but in the EGFC as well. We've just gotten word that Utah Valley has been, quote, CS2'd, according to their captain, but they got beat by RIT in their last map. Apparently, some shots weren't registering, but that's subtick for you. You guys, I think, know that conversation more than anybody else. And I'm going to bring it up again, just because this happens to be a consistent topic for you guys. I'm going to bring it up mainly because you are in Hawaii. How is the feel for you over time? Because I feel like CS is ever changing. Week by week, it feels like sometimes we're playing a different game. Does that feel like the same thing for you with some of the subtick issues, with some of the ping issues between different games, especially Face It versus not Face It? What's the conversation?
As for now, I feel like the servers are here and there. Like it switches on and off. They're good, bad. But even during our scrims, we use pop flash, and it's like, oh, like we can see our shots not registering. But as for now, Phase It hasn't been that bad, to be honest. But definitely, like, we try to use exit lag here and there, try to minimize our ping to like -10 or something. That's why Benite usually has like 10 less ping than us because he's using exit lag. But yeah, it's it's like a small battle, but uh we're used to it, like I said, and it is what it is. We'll play the game how it is, and we're just here to enjoy it, and we're having a good time.
I wish I had that same thought process. When I get CS2 in my comp games, I just open up my command thing and just type out quit. I'm done. Uh, Blaze, thanks
I got
again
to
for your
watch you
time.
play the other
Anybody?
day.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. We just I was doing well in the first half of my games. I've played like 7 games of CS2.
Yeah.
I dropped 30. I said this to Slayer earlier. I dropped 30 bombs to start. I have not won a game in. Blaze, we thank you very much for your time. Anybody you want to shout out? Any final thoughts from you on the series? Any thoughts for you moving forward as you play ... As I open up the schedule for next week, you will play
Montana State.
Montana State. Any thoughts?
Um, we set out what we wanted to do this week, and I'm very proud of my team as always. Like, these guys stepped up to play. We had trouble with scrims again. Like I said, we're a match time team. We enjoy it, and like you said, we're the team to beat. We're ready for the challenge. You guys gotta be ready to play against us, and we're ready to go. Um, as for that, I mean, I guess I want to thank everyone who supported me along the way. Everyone watching from home, all the fans out there. Um, hey, it's gonna be a fun ride this year. We play until March or something like that. So just keep on following with us, and got a lot more to go. So yeah.
Yeah. We finish at least the fall games in December, and we start things up in February, finishing either the last week of March or first week of April. Depends on the schedule, but I'm excited to see you for all of the months here in EGFC play. Blaze, thanks very much for joining us, and again, congrats on the victory, 13-5 and 13-2 between our 2 maps.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys. Shooties.
Again, back-to-back weeks. I think that's our 3rd week in a row, speaking of Blaze, and for very good reason. Hawaii is swinging for the fences and nailing home runs across the Pacific. Very good showings for them through our first 3 weeks of play.
Yeah, at this point, GTL, and when we get him on broadcast, if he keeps on, I'm just going to start asking him how his day's going, because I'm running out of questions when you just keep bodying teams, and there's not much to talk about besides, we clapped them, and we were going to keep clapping people.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this is, I think, gonna be a similar situation maybe next week. They're playing up against a team that had some difficulties in Montana State this week, and the hierarchy of things, Hawaii just beat Marquette last week, who just dominated Montana State. So, the scales are not very balanced.
Does not lie.
Yeah. Things are going to be difficult, to say the very least, for the Montana State squad next week. In terms of scheduling for next week, I don't know if that game will actually be on stream. I think we're trying to rotate Utah Valley and Hawaii in terms of who plays last. Of course, some scheduling things will be determined last second, sometimes last minute, most of the time the last day or two. But we'll get things tweeted / advertised as much as we can. As of right now, Auburn will play RIT in the early game, Utah Valley will play Marquette, and Hawaii will play Montana State. When those games happen, I have no clue. If those games happen on stream, also no idea. But they will happen next week. We hope very much that you join us for them. Regardless, Valorant is still running. Twitch.tv / officialEGF2. That will be going sometimes till the wee hours of the morning. 1 a.m. Central last week is when it ended. Still more than enough FPS action to keep you very satisfied for this Halloween weekend. If you end up going partying, please, very, very, very please stay safe. And we hope to see you next week for more CS2 action.